you say? The doctor said 24th?
Aren't y'all tired of these clout-chasing, no-chemistry having, over-the-hill gatekeeping radio podcast hosts who just provide no culturally concise commentary? We actually got something for that.
This is Touchdowns and Tangents, your weekly spot for NFL takes, topical tangents, and context for the culture. So, tune in, because you never know if you're going to get a take, a tangent, but either way, it's a touchdown.
Whoa. No, I'm just playing. What's up, y'all? It's Kinsbury, Touchdowns and Tangents. We are here.
Can you say that a little bit better? I thought I was the one who mumbles and has problem enunciating.
Enunciating?
You know what I meant.
I said,
Let's try that again. Let's try that again.
That was.
You can do better.
That was a playful joke because I'm wearing.
You can do better.
I know I can do better. Relax. Anyway, this is Kenneth Berry here, Touchdowns and Tangents. Thursday night. This time I'm not in a bus station in Vegas freezing my ass off. Here, confines of a living room, staring at a Christmas tree. Just ate some Del Taco tacos. Didn't die today. Been pretty great so far.
Central's going great.
I know, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. But you know what's even more fantastic?
Totally introduced me. Totally introduced our co-host.
Could you shut up? Because I was about to do that.
Totally
I was
hit the
literally
tagline.
like right when I'm about to intro you, you bump in and get mad because I don't intro you. I said, you know what's really great? My co-host over here, P. Camarillo.
Aww.
And our producer, Nikki. But you fucked that up. Thank you.
Aw, it only took you a minute and 45 seconds. Well, you talked about you and yourself and what you're feeling and what's going on with you.
I'm sorry. I'm a human
fine.
being who never does that normally.
That's fine.
I never talk about my feelings. My
You
bad.
never talk about what you want to talk about.
No, my feelings.
Right, Kenny?
It's different.
Right.
My feelings and what I want to talk about are two different
You never
things.
hijacked the show, right?
I mean,
not you.
I created the bitch, so what you want me to do? I created
Okay.
Is it hijacking if you created it?
Yeah, okay, Kenny.
You like how Steve Ballmer did. Like, relax.
Okay.
You okay, man? Are your parlays not parlaying?
No, I hit today. I'm about $40 for the day.
Well, we'll see how that lasts tomorrow. Anyway, a lot of jam-packed stuff. I haven't watched any seconds.
A lot of jam-packed stuff, but you didn't even finish so jam-packed.
You won't let me finish.
You didn't even finish saying jam-packed. That's how jam-packed it is.
Because I knew you weren't going to let me finish the sentence because you didn't. Jam-packed was interrupting. Let's talk about it. Yeah, let's talk about how I haven't watched 1 second of that Thursday night debacle tonight. I don't know what the fucking score is for the was it Patriots and Steelers?
I was sadly more interested in that than the NBA in-season tournament, the AAU Hot Wheels tournament that Lakers fans were clowning on everyone for being excited about, and now they're excited about it.
I had more fun fixing my bed than thinking about watching that game.
Damn, I hit another parlay, so I'm up $50 now.
Can we put the Jets, the Patriots, and the Steelers offense in the same bin of let's not talk about this ever again until it's relevant? I feel like that's fair. We're going to go ahead and streamline that one through.
Would have hit another one if Najee would have scored, but...
Of course, because Najee never scores.
Actually, he scored in 3 of the last 4.
Yeah, I know. I had him last week, but did he score today?
No, but you just said he never scored, so that was factually incorrect, sir.
He never scores when you need him to. Can I say that? Is that okay to say?
Sure.
Oh, God. They lost to the Patriots? Wow.
Nikki, do you want to talk about it since you watched it the closest?
I have the Steelers defense. I'm disgusted.
I don't know how to feel, I guess. I thought that they were trying to tank, but they decided to go and try to win a game. It was a really exciting first half, but the second half was just as boring as any other Patriots game I've watched this season.
Didn't they go up 21-0?
We went up 21-3 and didn't score a singular point after that. The Steelers just continuously self-sabotaged and sucked so hard that they basically beat themselves for the rest out of the game. The Patriots offense fizzled so quick. It was I almost almost didn't catch it, but they really just beat themselves. Like they had every opportunity in the book, but Mitch Trubisky just sucks absolute ass, and he was getting booed probably literally every single thing he did.
Fans were chanting for Mason Rudolph. That's when you know you're down bad.
They even had signs, like they had like people had signs with like the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
That's sad.
But even when the shit wasn't his fault, like the freaking Harris could get tripped, and then they'd start booing Mitch Trubisky. But yeah, I don't know how to feel. I feel like the Patriots didn't lose the draft pick, so I guess it was calculated on Belichick's end. But whatever. Ezekiel Elliott got me 27 fantasy points. So, and they said I was crazy for starting him, but you know.
And I got 23 points out of Zeke in my team. That's already a 1 seed, and I really didn't need to win, but fuck it.
Wait, Zeke had 23 points?
Yes, sir.
27.
I cut that man.
Well, I'm not. That league is not PPR.
I cut that man.
Yeah, in my full PPR league, he got 27.
I cut that man.
Yikes. Well, I picked him up the week that Stevenson got injured because Josh Jacobs had a bye week and Aaron Jones was injured. So I was like, fuck it. He's the best one available, I guess. And then I just got lucky. So
Here we are.
I'd say he had 3 different parlays, and all 3 of them had Zeke on the under for all of his performances, and he lost all 3 of them.
That's what he gets for being a fucking hater. Sorry, Will.
Former Dick Rider, current Zeke hater, turned on himself.
That's why I don't.
That's a wild description.
That's why I really don't like to fucking bet the under, because I feel like I'm just preying on someone's downfall. You know, like I don't feel good about myself hitting on the under.
I feel better, smarter.
I mean, I get what you're saying, because like sometimes some of the unders are kind of like dead ass giveaways.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time,
to be honest, 17 and a half carries, I would have taken that under for Zeke. Like, I mean, Stevenson.
He had like 20 last week.
Nah.
He had a shit ton last week. He just didn't get no yards.
Because Zappy had like 98 yards for the entire game, and Bill Belichick didn't know what else the fuck to do. But
well, they said they've been saying they were going to get back to the run game.
The starter. He managed 9 carries a game. How would you expect Zeke to carry 18?
He has 17 last week.
Let alone 22 and 7 receptions. It's crazy.
He has 17 without being the full-time starter. So
17 in a game?
Yeah, last week.
Well, that's different. Like, that one makes sense. This one didn't, in my opinion.
I think it made plenty of sense. They said they were going to get back to the running game. They've been on that message.
You know what's crazy though is they had a 3rd and inches to kind of seal the game, but we almost fumbled it again, in true classic Patriots fashion. They tried to push Zappy instead of just give it to Zeke. Like, this is his bread and butter, right? They give it to Zappy and they fucking fail. Obviously,
that line kind of was not getting a lot of push, honestly.
I mean, it wasn't Zappy per se. Zappy tried; he just wasn't pushed.
No, but I'm saying even if they would have given it to Zeke, that line wasn't getting a lot of push. So I think it would have been the same result.
Who would you rather be trying for those inches, Bailey, or the guy whose literal like brand is grinding for yards? Like, I don't know. It was just a weird play call in my opinion, but whatever, doesn't matter. I mean,
yeah. So pretty much my parlay is the opposite. I had Zeke on the over 80.5 for pass and receiving. I had Zeke for anytime touchdown twice. And I had Zeke over on the rushing yards as well. So I hit him 4 with him.
The glazing finally worked out for you, bro.
Nah, man. I've actually hit a couple with him during the year. They've been underplaying him all year. So I've actually hit a couple on him. Especially early in the season. All right. So that's Thursday Night Football. Moving on. Don't want to talk about the NBA season tournament, but yeah, I think it's what? Pacers and Lakers? That sounds like a fucking fun time. Everyone played like shit in that game. I didn't hit any of my parlays on that stupid ass game. So, yeah, pretty much that's it. Week 13 highlights. The 49ers smacked the shit out of the Eagles at home, which was crazy. Deebo Samuels went off, helped me beat Kenny to stay alive in the playoff hunt.
All I had to do was start Jalen Hurts after all. I lost by 0.6 of a point.
If I win this week, I'll get in the playoffs at 6-8, and Kenny won't get in. If I lose, Kenny has a shot based off points. So we'll see what happens.
I only care about like 4 of the leagues left.
You can actually get in the other league too if you win. And you need like a lot of people to lose too.
I really just only care about 3 leagues for sure that I know I'm getting in the playoffs.
That's crazy though.
All the friend shit, it's like
that's crazy though. Last year,
if I don't get in, it's my fault.
Last year with those 2 leagues though,
12-2, buddy.
Last
Cleaned
year
up.
with those leagues, you were like fucking 20 and whatever 4.
One league I was ass in. So
no, the other league you were fucking the 4 seed too.
Oh yeah, I got in the playoffs, but I got fucking waxed because my whole team is trash.
Yeah,
I had no business being in the playoffs. That was funny. I think I actually like beat somebody.
And so and then this year you have a combined. You pretty much flipped it. You have like a fucking combined 18 losses.
But it's crazy because if you look at those losses, they're literally by like.
Bro, that's fantasy football. We all have those.
5 points. It's like
I have 4 of those.
But the blowouts were definite. Like motherfuckers had career highs against me every week in all my leagues. One league I'm like 9-4.
The league we're all in is pretty fucking top heavy. It's pretty much the big 3, which Nikki is part of, and then everyone else is just fucking fighting for.
If I win, Nikki don't want to see me in the first round of the playoffs though.
Nah, your team kind of sucks, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
They do, but like when
with you once, you want me to do it again?
She swept us, bro.
Yeah, but guess what? It's hard to really beat somebody 3 times in one season. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers, Baltimore Ravens rule. Yeah, you could beat my ass twice in the regular season, but that 3rd time? So somebody has to beat Nikki on the show.
Sounds like a beta mentality in my opinion.
Not really. Like the Steelers got beat by the Bengals in the regular season, and then all they did was take out
Carson
Carson
bro, your
Palmer's
team
knee.
sucks, dog.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible.
You got 3 Jaguars in your starting lineup.
And Ridley's been a total bust. Like, questionable choices were made, but like, and Godart's been hurt all fucking year. That was a wasted pick. I mean,
Nikki's got like a good mix of consistency and like.
I just had bad luck, honestly.
It's because I have a good bench. That's what it is, to be honest.
Inconsistent. Joe Burrow gets hurt. There's one dude in my league, all his players are hurt, but he has the number 1 fucking seeding. I don't understand it. He's like 9-4, but he has the most trash roster, and he drafted a kicker.
Honestly, Barry's team's pretty fucking stacked. I don't know how he's 5-8. This dude has Josh Allen, McCaffrey, Jacobs, both the Eagles receivers, and Puka.
The guy that has CMC is 5-8.
Yeah, he's 5-8. He's second in points.
Puka?
He's second in points. Yeah.
I beat him.
I don't know how we have 3 IRs in that league. That feels fucking weird, but all right.
But yet we can't have another fucking spot for a running back. Why do we have 2 flex spots?
We don't need 3 running backs.
I want another flex spot, god damn it.
So you can fuck up your coaching? You're a bad coach, Kenny.
Nah.
Yeah, you made a lot of bad decisions. You made a lot of bad decisions.
I gambled and lost.
Consistently, bro. You consistently started the wrong people.
Not really.
You're a bad coach, bro. I'm sorry to tell you that. You are.
I made 3 costly errors that ruined my season.
Sky Moore drafting him was first.
Hey, man, nobody had the Chiefs receivers shitting the bed. You can't blame that on me.
I mean, I did. I didn't have any of them on my board.
And Rashawn Rice has fucking come on as of late. And he's the reason to rate.
And they've been rotating through receivers worse than
Rice
NBA players at the All-Star game, bro.
Okay, but I'm saying you can't blame me for that because he was highly, like, talked about and praised on the team.
No, he wasn't, bro. Sky Moore had like a 20% roster percentage. You thought you were a fucking guru drafting him, bro. You didn't even take him in the last round.
Yeah, that was the point.
Stop trying to cop a plea on Sky Moore, bro. Just fucking fall on the sword. That was the worst pick of the year.
I'm saying
that was the worst pick of the year, bro.
Andrew took Patrick Mahomes first overall.
And
Fuck you.
And he's fucking number 2 in the league, bro. So what are you gonna say?
Let's not act like because it's Mahomes. I fucking didn't start Saquon against a bum ass Commanders team that still had a really great defense and lost. That's the reason why. Otherwise, I would have beat Drew that day.
Yeah, you should have started fucking Jalen last week. I don't know why you didn't start.
I wasn't planning on Tank Dell broke his fucking arm.
He's a number 2 fantasy fucking player, dummy.
It was the Niners defense, dumbass.
And he still went off and he had a shitty game. He still had like 20 points.
Yeah, I know. I was really mad about that. I was like, how the fuck the Niners got...
That's coaching.
That's the Niners defense.
That's coaching.
You can't be mad at me if I'm like, okay, Denver's defense or the Niners defense. The rookie who's having the greatest rookie season passing of all time.
Bro,
versus the fucking Broncos.
All Denver's games have been under. Mr. Stats. What happened to all the stats that you were giving in week 7 and shit, bro?
I don't give a fuck about that. That was how many weeks ago?
I'm just saying.
That was 7 weeks ago,
I'm just saying, bro.
I'm not even the same person I was 7 weeks ago.
What happened to that?
I'm not even the same person. You should have stuck with a lot of things, but you didn't.
Hey, I'm still in the playoffs in 3 out of the 4 leagues, and I'm the 1 seed in my 1,000
Well,
team.
guess what, bitch? I'm in 7 leagues, and I'm in the playoffs in 4 of them, so...
Congrats.
That's the point.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't even think you beat me. I think you beat me once this year, Kenny.
Who cares?
Out of 4. And you got swept by Nikki.
I don't even care.
You should, bro. You were talking hella shit last year.
Yeah. Because I whipped on y'all asses last year.
This is exactly what I was telling you at the beginning of the year. Remember when you started?
Y'all talked all that shit.
Remember when you won 3 straight?
You said I had the worst draft class, and I ended up winning the championship.
Remember when you won 3 straight?
You said I had the worst draft class.
Wait, hold up.
And I won the championship.
Hold up, Nikki.
So I'm allowed to talk shit.
Nikki, remember when he won 3 straight and he was on his pedestal talking shit about how everyone counted him out? He's won 1 game since then.
Hey, man.
I also remember when you told me that I was going to be at the bottom of the league because my draft was so bad.
I mean, I wasn't the only person who said that to you, so don't try to put that on me.
Yeah, y'all both said that, actually. And look where we are now.
Like 4 people said it, actually. Everybody want to say, you put the rocket, everybody lights the fuel when I say something, but like people say other shit and we just forget they said it. You just put it on me. It's cool. I'll be that lightning rod.
You're just more fun to make fun of.
I'm the force multiplier. It's okay. It's all right.
No, but the difference
you would get no burn if you said
the difference is, like
else.
Nikki said, you got a deep bench and you've been making good coaching decisions. Like you've been hitting on picking the right people to start.
Period.
I mean,
but if you lose in the first round, Nikki, you just know it's a complete failure of the season.
Yeah, totally. I like how the sleeper app, like that fantasy one, it tells you like how effective you are as a manager. Like it gives you statistics based on like how well you start and like manage your bench.
Is that for parlays too, or just for
broke his fucking arm
season long?
It's the app is kind of weird in California. Like it's the betting aspect of it is like kind of locked up because of location. But I don't know how it is for like regular people.
Damn, we get it. No? We get it. We're broke and you're not.
So is that the answer?
About, like people that don't live in California.
I know it was a joke. It was a joke, Nikki. Relax.
Yeah, it wasn't a very funny one.
Yet you laughed just now.
I'm laughing at myself, bro. I'm funny.
That's a sign of narcissism and psychosis. I'm just saying.
All right, bro. Move on, bro.
I think we're all tired of it. We're all tired of life. We're all tired of each other this week.
Laughing at your fucking cat, probably. Nikki probably saying the most unfunny jokes to her cat, and they just walk off.
Don't bring her cats into it.
Well, I thought the cats were part of the fucking. Man, I thought the cats were part of it. Praise the cats. Now we can't shoot. Now we can't roast on the cats. That's weird.
All right. Other shit from last week. The Packers beat the Chiefs. Controversial ending.
Beautiful. Not controversial. I saw nothing wrong with that ending. They had fucking 8 chances, and Mahomes didn't give himself up. He tried to fucking throw his shoulder into a safety going out of bounds. How did you think that was going to play? If that was a running back who did that, no one would say 2 words. But he threw his shoulder into that safety, So, of course, they threw the flag on because Mahomes gets the call, which you can't be mad at that. But the receivers failed. And I'm surprised MVS hasn't gotten released yet.
As far as Monday night, I think we both missed because we both picked Jacksonville. But you picked the over, so I guess you technically won that. But I picked the under.
Hey, Nikki, you keeping score with that, or did that fall off?
I am keeping score.
So how about the last 2 weeks?
We didn't pick 2 weeks ago.
We didn't pick 2 weeks ago?
I don't think we did.
Pretty sure we did.
I don't think we did.
Pretty sure we did.
I didn't get anything.
Interesting. All right, cool.
Because that was the one we did on Wednesday where she wasn't here, and we did the man draft.
But she's supposed to pay attention even if we're not.
But we didn't do it.
Don't you do it every week? You said like it's your personal mission in life to do it every week.
She said she gave up on that like 2 weeks ago.
Wow, because she stopped winning? Yeah, because she stopped winning. It's okay.
No, she just had 1 week where she fucking forgot.
So it just threw off the entire thing?
Adjacent?
No, I can look. I have the records. Like, we have the receipts. I can go back.
I mean, put it in a Google Doc so we know it's real.
I'm just not telling y'all what's up because y'all know who's winning it.
This is what happens when we get interns who fucking write down information on us and don't tell us.
She's not an intern. She's a producer.
I know it was a joke. It was a callback to a joke.
I got it.
That used to be funny.
I got it. You don't got to mistitle my...
Well, she was an intern when it happened, so that's when I reverted back to the joke.
Okay, Kenny.
Intern. Jesus
Remember when
Christ.
we were talking about how you don't
Fucking
hijack the show?
Fucking joke police over here. Just
get funnier,
the
bro.
The fucking punchline police. My
get
bad.
Funnier.
Oh, okay.
Put in more work, man.
Definitely do.
Fuck.
Fucking carrying the show with comedy for fucking 7 years.
Yeah,
right.
okay.
Pete.
Okay.
Pete.
Keep trying.
Pete.
You know there's some games room film out there of your fucking 2 week long stand-up career.
I killed that shit too.
Adjacent.
And then my life went to shit.
Adjacent. And in like
then
20 years, you're going to get
passion for it.
canceled because you said some fucking crazy ass shit.
I'm a black man.
That only like 20 people saw.
I'm a black man
some
in
dude
America.
saw a video.
I'm pretty much born canceled.
Oh, there
True.
it is.
I mean, we could talk about like infancy death in hospitals, how black children and black mothers get treated in labor, but you don't want to have that discussion because I can call my mom and she can fucking tell you a whole lot.
Now he's really going retro, Kenny. Now he's really going Good News Culver City edition, Kenny.
Don't ever say that to me again.
It's true, bro. That's all you would talk about back then.
Nah,
that was literally your catchphrase back then.
Nah, it was more like, fuck, I wish we didn't miss that Taylor Works interview.
Nah, that was literally your catchphrase back then.
Nah, it kind of took off after. It literally was. It took off after. If we're being honest.
After like 4 people told me that, they were like, yeah, Kenny he always ties everything back to being a black man in America. Like,
I'm sorry, because I'm a black man in America.
I had like two people tell me from totally different circles, and they're like, yeah, I just drink every time Kenny says black man in America.
You're welcome.
I get wasted.
You're welcome. That's why I did it. Somebody was going to catch on and fucking
So now, first you didn't do it, but now you're saying you did it on purpose. Gaslighting. Got it.
After what? Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Hey, guess what? Yeah, I did it. On purpose.
Okay. Moving on. Cowboys head coach, fucking McCarthy's having appendix surgery.
McCarthy.
Yeah,
he had
I was going to say Matt McCarthy.
No, he had a appendicitis surgery yesterday. I think he got released from the hospital by now, but he had the surgery yesterday.
Thanks for mansplaining.
You said he had the surgery today, which
did
you
I?
did. Yes, you did.
Oh, I don't even register that, honestly.
Yeah, because you were the one mansplaining.
No, I meant to just say that he was going to have surgery. I didn't mean to say he was going to have it today or yesterday. So
he had it already.
That just slipped.
Freudian slip.
Fuck. Trevor Lawrence is out with a high ankle sprain that he suffered in the loss to the Bengals.
Ironically, his starting left tackle, Walker Little, also has an ankle injury.
Rham Stevenson is out with a high ankle sprain.
Yeah,
That's why Zeke was able to cook this week.
Is he just going to be the lead back?
Every opportunity he can.
Anything else?
Yeah, I was like, why are you bringing up Thursday night injury reports and the game already happened? That's crazy.
No, I'm just saying, like,
You didn't have to say Ramondre was out. We know he was out. She watched the game.
I know. I wrote this days ago. Like I
was talking
know.
about Pete. I was like, Pete, you don't have to Ron Burgundy and read it exactly the way she wrote it.
Okay, well, it's on the rundown. Kenny, get your panties out of a bunch, bro.
Excuse you?
Fuck, take a deep breath,
Please
bro. Stop listening to inflammatory fucking New York radio every day. Listen to some.
First off, let's
that's
not radio. He does a podcast.
Let's hear your propaganda about how you listen to libations and meditation music, because I don't hear that. All I hear is fucking.
Oh, no, I played that last night to go to sleep.
Ignorant gossip shit all day long.
That's not gossip. You don't even know who Star is, so you're fucking disrespectful. You even know what the Star Report is.
I don't. You just send me a link at least twice a week.
No, it was about Diddy shit though.
I'm just saying, you only send me a link like twice a week, but I don't know.
Yeah, he's been doing it for like 20 fucking years.
I know. You told me that like 4 times,
like
but I don't know.
Radio staple. But you don't know because you've never heard of Star before I fucking sent you that stuff.
Yeah. You talked about him plenty of times.
Oh, that's cap.
You talked about him plenty of times, bro.
Okay, before 2 months ago, you did not know who the fuck that man was.
You've talked about him for years, bro. You've talked about
one
him.
in and out the other.
You've talked about him many times, bro.
Again, I just assume you don't be paying attention to me.
I'm not you, bro. I listen. I just don't care. You don't listen. Period. I listen.
Don't care.
I don't care.
That's why I don't.
You
listen.
care. You don't listen. And that's why we have a podcast together.
That's slightly kind of fair, but like I really don't be caring. That's why
you do care.
Listening. Like I care.
You care.
I care once I find out you care that I wasn't listening, but once I figure out you don't care that
I can't tell by the fucking 2-minute fucking defense you go on about how you're listening every time I tell you don't listen, only to back up and be like, yeah, you're right, I wasn't listening.
Shit happens.
I miss Sleepy Kenny, who just let me win this morning. What happened to him, bro? I was all mad. I had a whole fucking diatribe ready, and Kenny was just like, yeah, you're right. You got this one. And I was like, fuck.
Wow.
I know. I was like, fuck. Now I got all this
video, bro.
I got all this energy. I was like, what am I gonna do with this? But now he won't let me get nothing, man. Fuck. The sky's green today.
I felt that before. Like sometimes I'm all riled up for an argument and then Will be like, yeah, okay.
You win. You win, totally.
It's the Torres shit, bro.
I wanted my flawless victory.
The bull was ready.
You can have it. The victory's yours. You won when you woke up this morning. It's fine. Everything's fine.
All right, Kenny, college football.
All right. So where should we start? Well, I don't want to call it the Montreal screw job. It's probably more of, let's see, what is Florida State? Where's Florida State at? In particular, the city. Not Pensacola.
Tallahassee?
The Tallahassee screw job. There we go. Even though their quarterback, Jordan Travis, broke his leg against, I think it was fucking some school down south that they played. They won the ACC championship by beating Louisville, but got left out of the college football playoff, out of the top 4, because Bama beat Georgia. And then Texas blew out Oklahoma State. But honestly, we saw that coming, and the Big 12 title game's kind of been a joke the last like 2-3 years because you don't really have enough teams, and the person that's like undefeated in the regular season keeps having to play the second place person in the title game, which kind of makes no sense. I don't even see why Texas had to show up for that fucking game, but whatever. Everybody was pissed about it. A lot of people had a lot of takes, but the real point comes down to Alabama beat Georgia. They ended their 27-game winning streak, which was closing in, I think it was 29 games, my bad. It was closing in on the 35-game winning streak that USC had back in the day. But that's no more. And you can't have Georgia in the top 4 after they lose to Bama, even though Bama lost to Texas by 10 at home early in the season. Everybody shoots Bama bail. That's not the same Bama team. Actually, it's the same exact Bama team. Same exact players. They just might be playing better. and they almost lost to an Auburn team that got blown out by New Mexico State. So, like,
You know who has
New Mexico
longest?
State beat New Mexico State beat Auburn worse than Bama beat Auburn. Let's just factor that in for a second. So you got Michigan playing Alabama in the Rose Bowl New Year's Day, and then you got Washington, who won the Pac-12 in electric fashion. They beat Oregon. I still think Oregon's a top 6 team. I think Oregon's better than Florida State. And I think they're better than Georgia, too. But they're definitely not worthy of a top 4 team because you got 2 losses. But I also think they're better than Bama. I just feel like the 2 best teams in the Pac-12 were better than a lot of teams in the country. But Oregon's going to be playing in the Fiesta Bowl New Year's Day at like 10 a.m. against Liberty, which is undefeated. They went like 13-0. That school's had a great turnaround. And, yeah, it's going to be interesting because for the Mountain West champion, Oregon blew them out. Boise State came back, beat UNLV, dominated UNLV in the Mountain West title game, like 44-20. Taylor Green, who's now in the transfer portal, which is kind of ironic after everything he said after the game, had the game of his life. He's supposed to be going to Cal, Oregon State, and like LSU for some visits. Honestly, my money is him going to LSU because look at what Jalen Daniels did, who won, AP College Player of the Year, and the Johnny Unitas Award for Best Quarterback. He won a bunch of stuff.
I mean, I get it. Like, why would you stay if they're just going to hire another defensive coordinator who's pretty much the more cookie-cutter version of the original coach that you had?
Danielson, who's like he's definitely highly religious, and you can tell like the team really loves his energy and feeds off of it. Like, he threw a pick 6 and just came back and just said, and threw like a 57-yard touchdown.
But what I'm saying is for his growth and development, like,
it was a rough year for him. He said it was a rough year. Like, he was really heavy on him getting benched. And
exactly. So
I don't think he should have ever got benched.
So why not? So why not go somewhere else where you can grow more, versus staying there, where it's like
it doesn't
they're looking for you to kind of mess up,
take the next step.
They're looking for you to kind of either take a step back or take a step forward, but either way, it's on him.
Don't lose them games.
Either way, it's on him.
That's the price of being a quarterback.
Versus he can go somewhere else, and yeah, it'll still be on him, but they're gonna, put the coaching, and they're gonna have more talent around him, and it's gonna be, a better situation for him.
That's true. I mean, if I were him, I'd go to LSU. He's 6'6". He's honestly like a modern day Terrell Pryor, but he's not as developed as a passer. But
I don't think I don't know. He runs
the same
different.
height.
He runs different than Terrell Pryor, though.
He's a track star.
But he runs different.
Yeah.
He's
fast.
He runs a little bit higher. He runs a little bit. I think he's faster. Like you said, he's
faster and he
star.
accelerates.
He's got more like just straight long stride, like just burn you. Versus Terrell's like, he was kind of shifty, bro.
Yeah, he was agile and fast.
Yeah, like Terrell was kind of different, bro.
He really was kind of held back.
Yeah.
But that's why I could see why Taylor Green could end up at LSU. Like, you see what Jalen Daniels did.
That's a dude that could look back and be like, yeah, now you see like 100 of me.
Yeah. Like, he was an even bigger version of Vince Young. Like, they tried to run that bland-ass spread offense.
Vince had that ugly-ass release, though. That was his thing.
And their maturity. But, like...
Oh, yeah, that too.
The fact that he was a Pro Bowler as a rookie and did what he did, like, that, he should have been... Vince should have been given more credence, but it is what it is. It's going to be interesting to see where Jalen Daniels goes in the draft. And I think he'll probably surprise everybody with his 40 time, too. Kid's a boss. He's a beast. But yeah, so Florida State got screwed. Everybody's mad about it. And apparently they canceled the press conference for the Orange Bowl between Georgia and Florida State that they were supposed to have. Like, both teams are kind of pissed. It's like, well, you got screwed by Bama. You didn't even play them. And they actually had like the third toughest strength of schedule out of all the teams in the playoff. Like Florida State had the tougher schedule and still didn't get in. And they blew out a LSU team that went 9-3 and almost beat.
And I
Bama.
think the ACC was like 6-3 versus the SEC this year.
They were. They were dominant against the SEC. Yeah. Karma.
Shout out to the white dude on KTLA. He's a Florida State alumni. They gave him an editorial segment to rant about it.
Nice. So now, like, DeSantis wants $1 million to sue the NCAA. It's like, well, now the ACC realizes
some DeSantis shit, bro.
Now the ACC realizes, oh, the SEC doesn't respect you either. It's a two conference league when it comes to college football. It's the Big Ten versus the SEC, North versus South. Everybody else is just collateral damage. So
that's why they're putting together that new proposal.
It'd be great to see Washington win the national title. It was a big FU to everybody.
Are you going to talk about that proposal?
You can talk about it. I mean,
I don't know that much about it other than the fucking headlines.
Pretty much setting aside like a league to where like NIL would be damn near endless. Like be funds put together, pay for players, all that stuff. Just pretty much everything that's happening in private, put it out in the open.
Well, the biggest thing would be the bigger schools would be able to pay players directly.
Yeah.
And the players would still be able to have the NIL on the back end.
And also that Tommy Tuberville has a version of the NIL bill that's probably never going to see the light of day. But also a lot of this NIL stuff is probably going to kill like the HBCU system because none of those schools can pay their players. Like there'll be cats at HBCU who will be really good and they'll do the dumbass thing like a lot of Jackson State players are doing and just transferring straight to Colorado, which one recruit, he's the number one tackle in this next year's class, and he committed to Colorado. He said, come to Colorado and why don't you come play with and work with people who look like you? And I'm like, I don't want to call the kid. I don't want to call the kid stupid. That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard.
That's just ignorant.
That's stupid. I was like, bro, you're gonna look back 3 years and be embarrassed that those words came out your mouth because Deion put a battery in your back. This man turned his back on black people and left Jackson State to be 4-8 at Colorado and get his QB's fucking back broken, who's also his son, by the way. You could have been a king at Jackson State and elevated them to eventual D1 status because they'd be getting 5 stars in Mississippi all fucking day.
I think A-Chain scores this week?
A-Chain. It's pronounced A-Chain.
Yeah, I forgot. We went over this. You think A-Chain
I got scolded for this.
Given like 15 opportunities to pronounce it correctly.
Is he going to score this week?
See, I've grown. I said it properly.
I'm proud of you, Kenny.
Thank you.
Is he going to score this week?
Yeah, it's Tennessee, bro. It's Tennessee. If you don't start him, you're stupid.
Is Mike Evans going to score this week?
Yes, Mike Evans is the bane of my existence, bro, because every year I took him, he never went off like this. He's like this.
Top 10 fantasy player.
Exact opposite. Every year I took him, he was excellent.
He'll have like 7 great games, and then it's like 2, 6, 8. Bro, what the fuck, Mike? Like, I love Mike Evans, first ballot Hall of Famer, but goddamn, the one time I don't take you in fantasy, you just become a fucking top 5 receiver.
The first ballot?
He's first ballot.
You think Debo scores this week?
You have 10 straight 1,000-yard seasons, and I can't name any Hall of Fame QBs you played with.
Do you think Debo scores this
outside
week?
of Tom Brady, and that don't really count because he had 1,000-yard seasons before Tom Brady.
He got a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, but like Tom Brady didn't make Mike Evans.
Okay, but all that's great, but do you think Debo scores this week?
Against who?
Seattle.
Actively betting
Yeah.
right now.
No, I wouldn't be doing that, and I wouldn't be asking Kenny that, and I wouldn't be doing that during the segment, Nikki.
Because you're an asshole, because I was about to play the sound. But yeah, so in regards to some sound I'm going to play, Oregon's going to be playing Liberty Fiesta Bowl. I'm going to go ahead and play what Coach Dan Lanning said after that loss to Washington.
Tucson.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not. And I'm connected to Roadcaster.
It should wait. Oh, here we go. It was muted. Go.
Okay. Let's
Press
try
play.
this one more time. Especially since obviously Bama's out there. In, let's say, the top six.
Yeah, at the end of the day, not really for me to decide. I think everybody saw our guys fight out there. Like I said, they never threw in the towel. They worked their tails off this entire game. In a game that we probably faced some adversity we hadn't seen. We've been down. On that note, that's kind of a sour taste in our mouth for sure. But I'm excited to see what bowl game we get. I know we'll get a great one. Have a
Was Oregon. Now I got Washington.
We weren't violating any player conduct rules off on mute.
No, of course not. Especially not me. I'm smarter than that. Come on now. Yeah, so their linebacker, Washington senior linebacker who came back, he was battling injuries just like Michael Penix Jr. He won I think he won most inspirational player for Washington at their team banquet. And Dylan Johnson had 156 yards rushing, 6 yards a pop for Washington to win that game. People keep saying Washington can't run the ball, but Dylan Johnson is a really good back and probably definitely going to get drafted. Barry, Touchdowns and Tangents Network. Pac-12 Media Day, you talked about the bitter feeling you had, even though you guys won the game, thing you kind of left on the table, and you pretty much went back and all the losses you had last year, you made up for it. So how does it feel to do that? Is that feeling better now compared to last year? And for DJ, the game you had, offensive linemen were cramping up. It was really bad that last drive. What did you guys say to each other before that big run? And what were you thinking, going up against that defense, hitting them, averaging 6 yards a carry?
Get the first down. Double up, get the first down. That's the only thing that was going through my mind. And we knew that it was going to be a tough game, and it was. It was going to come down to whoever had the ball last and whoever was the most physical team. And we were the most physical team tonight, and we got the win.
I'll agree with you.
Yeah, so
The accent's hard. Pause.
I think I want to say he's from Louisiana, but he went to Mississippi State and transferred. And there's rumors, because the transfer portal opened up on Monday, that Will Rogers, former Mississippi State quarterback, might be coming to Washington. So, who knows? But in regards to the Mountain West, the LA Bowl is Boise State, UCLA. They had a couple more players hop in the portal. But All-American running back for Boise State, Ashton Genty, is staying put, which is huge because he had definitely a bunch of offers, and he was literally All-American this year. Sophomore All-American for sure. UNLV, Ricky White, who was an All-American. They actually had 3 All-Americans for UNLV, which is crazy. Offensive lineman, a special teams All-American, and DeJesus, number 21, wide receiver. And then Ricky White, the third, who might go into the draft. We'll see. He might come back for his senior year. Who knows? Redshirt freshman QB Jordan Mahava, he said he's not going into the portal. So that's huge because he was the Mountain West freshman of the year. They had a linebacker from Arkansas who transferred over, played a hell of a game, had a key sack and a tackle for loss in a losing effort. But ironically, this UNFL team can win 10 games if they go ahead and in Arizona, if they beat Kansas in their bowl game. So just play with what they said, and then I'll get to what Coach Barry Odom said, which was very insightful. And it should be interesting because, as we've talked about it on this podcast before, in a media day, like Vegas is a hot recruiting ticket, especially with the portal open right now. Very touchdowns and tangents network to both of the players. Obviously, you have a historic season, and the loss is fresh. But how was the feeling in the locker room, knowing even before this game that you were going to go to a bowl game, and you still have a shot at a 10-win season?
I mean, our focus before this game was to win this game, obviously. That's all we wanted to do, all we care about. But, now the bowl game, we're excited, but we wanted this one real bad.
I would definitely say the same thing. Going into this game, our mindset was, win only. It's definitely upsetting that, we didn't come out with this dub. But,
And, it's not like it was total domination early on because it went back and forth. But after Taylon Green threw like that 57-yard flea flicker, had that 70-yard touchdown run, the game pretty much was out of reach. UNLV kept fighting and clawing back, but like they were getting deep shots downfield. Like that offense really is like a couple of years away. Their offensive coordinator, Marion, is going to be a hot head coaching candidate coming up. So just, just pay attention to what's going on at UNLV. Prayers up to the people who were killed during that shooting. And lastly,
for sure.
And all those affected. And lastly, Coach Odom kind of gave some real good insight about, just because he won Coach of the Year. I think he's a finalist for National Coach of the Year. And he gave some insight to, what this really means for the city and where this season kind of ranks in his coaching career. So I'm going to just let y'all have at that. What's more exciting for you? Because obviously going back to Media Day, recruiting Las Vegas, it's all right there. It's a up and coming city. But for the senior class and for who's coming in, how special has this season been for you in your career?
I'm certainly excited about what our program has done this year. I'm excited for our kids, for the university, and for Vegas. I think there's plenty of space in Las Vegas to be and have an elite college football team. Started to talk about hope, vision, and belief, and then now there's validation on the things that we started talking about. And it stops, and you've got to continue to keep blinders on. You've got the same amount of hours as anybody else does, and how are you going to use those? So how are we going to now take the next step? And that's to win the bowl game and then go attack our off-season program like it needs to be, on a mission to get back to the championship game, find a way to win it. So we all, the dynamics of your team always changes. Next year's team will be a lot different than this year's team. The portal opens on Monday. That will be huge for what our team looks like going forward. Recruiting season, our high school class is really solid. We feel like it's one of the best in the country. What we've tried to identify to continue to build our program. And once we find out the bowl game, we'll set the schedule and try to get as many practices as we can. And also I want our kids, our student athletes, to have a great experience. And that's one thing that I think college football, of the many things, it's one thing that we do right. Look at those. I remember as a player having a chance to go to a bowl game. That you don't put a price tag on. Those are things that people are able to carry with them. I look forward to helping our team prepare, enjoy the experience, but also go compete to win a bowl championship.
Oh, yeah. Really exciting time. Also, USC wide receiver Michael Jackson III hopped in the transfer portal, so USC's losing yet another player. Not surprising. You have all those receivers, and they're not getting play time. They're going to go somewhere else. But Michael Jackson III is from Vegas, so it might be interesting to see like if he goes back home. You had something to say college football wise earlier?
I was just gonna troll your USC's winning streak as a joke, but like that was it. It's kind of too long ago.
What winning streak? They've been fucking on like a terrible losing streak. They suck.
No, because you were like talking about how that Georgia almost caught up to USC's historic winning streak.
Yeah.
I was gonna say in reply, you know who has the longest winning streak in college football history? That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, Oklahoma.
That was like 30 minutes ago though.
I mean, also like, Oklahoma was kind of playing nobodies back then, but I respect it.
Honestly, it's funnier that you went back to it 30 minutes later. Honestly,
also,
I counted, I looked. It's been 22 minutes.
That's hilarious that you got a clock on it. Which, by the way, Louisville plays USC in the Holiday Bowl, so I'll be there in San Diego covering that. Waiting on the LA Bowl.
What happened to Clemson?
What?
Oh yeah, that's another thing. The Holiday Bowls, like they had a whole, they had a live thing that was a live press conference that was supposed to happen announcing the bowl, but that shit got delayed like 4 hours because they were having technical difficulties, and like all the ACC bowls, like teams were like all the bowl games were fighting over ACC schools. So Clemson didn't know where they were going, Louisville didn't know where they were going. And eventually, like, Louisville got picked. But people were like, this must be terrible for the ACC. Florida State has to go play Georgia. And then, like, all these ACC schools are scrambling on where they're going to play. It was just a mess for the ACC and the DirecTV.
What happens if they beat Georgia? That's going to be really fucked up.
And they can legally actually go through the process. Because UCF actually went through the legal process of claiming themselves national championships. There's like 12 ways you can do it. Shout out to Memphis Spence. I was on his show earlier this week, and we were chopping things up, and I was, going down the whole gamut of college football and everything. But yeah, there's a way you can do it, and if they beat Georgia, they can legitimately claim themselves as national champions. Especially if Washington doesn't win, they're the only undefeated team left in the country, so they can do that. Louisville, I honestly think Louisville's going to beat the dog shit out of USC in the Holiday Bowl. Like, it's not even fair. It's not.
At USC, I thought Miami was playing USC.
No, he's playing probably the Champ Sport Bowl or some weird shit like that. Miami always plays in the Champ Sports Bowl for some dumbass reason. But
isn't it over there near Florida somewhere?
No, it has to do with bowl tie-ins. But I remember they played Wisconsin one year, and I was like, all right.
Yeah, but don't you kind of notice that like they kind of tend to stay like near. Like how Oklahoma's in the Alamo Bowl.
If you can get the if it's a bowl tie-in or if it's a local team and they know that team will travel, yeah, they'll keep you. That's what they usually do. Like the Texas Bowl.
USC's in San Diego, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because USC didn't want to be in LA because Boise State would run for like 400 yards. But
you know what I mean, though.
Yeah, but like nobody wants to see USC get the shit kicked out of them by Boise State. So you go to San Diego and say it never happened.
Yeah.
Because Louisville's really great.
I guess a couple notes on my end. The LA Bowl has already sold 3 times the tickets that it did last year.
Yeah, because the 2 teams in it are much better.
Yeah, I think it's UCLA specifically is just, all the fans are here, but that's going to be really exciting.
Caleb Williams.
Well, Boise has a lot of SoCal tie-ins too.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge recruiting factor.
Right. Of course, but
a lot of blue in Inglewood.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that it surpassed it that quick. Not only that quickly, but just by that wide of a margin. I think we're expecting 35,000. So it's pretty cool.
That'd be a record. It's actually this is going to be like the last year for the Pac-12, so I don't know what the tie-in's going to look like.
If you ask me, I think it's going to be more than that because the fans understand the importance of like it being the last whatever.
And the Pac-12 has never won this bowl game.
Yeah, exactly. And also like new hosts. I mean, I don't know. Like the new things are going on. They're revamping it a bit.
Yeah, hopefully they keep those championship belts as the trophy because that's cool.
Yeah, I think they are this year, at least. It's unfortunate that my how do I say the like every stadium in LA has something going on except Angel Stadium that day.
Good.
And so everyone,
fuck the Angels.
Everyone's super booked up, and so it like the one time that like I would really enjoy going to see the bowl game or whatever is like I have to go work at a soccer match instead, which is gonna be interesting. But hopefully I can make the second half. That'd be really cool.
You don't want to see. You're gonna see horrible quarterback play. You're gonna see horrible quarterback play in the LA Bowl. You're not missing anything.
Garbers and the Boise State white guy.
I just want to get on the field so I can see Gronk and give him the belt or whatever.
Yeah, but like, yeah, they're gonna have a lot of seats blocked off.
Yeah, whatever.
You remember what it was like last year, and it was like all Washington State came down heavy, Fresno State came down heavy, but it's gonna be blocked off. Like the Mountain West had a record attendance; it was like 31,740 something. The Pac-12 had record attendance for their last championship game ever. This is just going to be a lot of UCLA and Boise State fans who don't have shit to do on a Saturday. Yeah. And there's no tailgating, I think, as far as like liquor-wise. I think they might do, because remember the national title game, they were like, yeah, no liquor. I think they might do the same thing for this LA Bowl.
You have Washington fans travel very well. I feel like at that Washington USC game, I saw more Washington fans there.
Low key.
Or at least Stevens. Like, that shit was insane.
Seattle flight's not that expensive. Shout out to Balmer.
Apparently, you can go from San Diego. Actually, no. I looked at a flight to Florida, and I was like, $388 ain't bad.
Also,
you know you can go to Ibiza for like $250.
Damn.
Ibiza. I heard you can go to Bali for like $250 too.
Yeah, the problem is Bali is expensive when you get there now.
See, that's what I heard the opposite though.
Because Russell Simmons drove up the fucking price.
Nah, it's kind of expensive to like. I mean,
more Americans are going there.
You can find cheap shit, but it's like you gotta look and you gotta like know where you're going.
I heard that it's cheap. I don't know, but that's comparing to like
hostel, like figure it out. I'm sure, yeah, but like resort, nah.
Also, I think that Florida State deserved to get kicked out. By the way,
all because their QB didn't play. All because their QB broke his leg.
Yeah.
But I mean, if he doesn't break his leg, then they're arguably no.
Don't get me wrong, like it sucks so bad, but like man, shit happens, and like
it's TCU's fault.
If that was my team, I wouldn't be mad. Like I would get it. Like
yes, you would.
You would be fucking hot.
You would be. You would demand an emergency. We would do an emergency podcast every day.
You'd be writing letters.
You'd become a credentialed beat writer. You would give up your fucking job and just become a licensed Oklahoma fucking beat writer. Dedicate your life to the craft.
If it was Oklahoma, it would be a tid different just because their quarterback depth chart go crazy. But if it was like Texas A&M, for example, I know my backup quarterback's mid as fuck. I know my backup quarterback isn't capable of winning a title.
We know Texas A&M ain't doing it.
I'm just saying, okay, it blows and it sucks so hard, and I'm very sorry for that team.
My whole thing, though, is like, what is the point of the fucking rankings?
There is no point.
Like, literally,
but Texas, as much dude, if Texas has no haters, right, I'm dead, right? I'm not gonna sit here and act like a dick ride Texas, okay? I'm Texas's biggest hater. And
actually, I am.
But they were.
I retired from that because I hate Bama more.
But they've been all in on this whole idea of like the rankings matter, like where you start and where you're at throughout the season matters.
Regular season matchups matter, but apparently they fucking don't.
They just fucking audibled. And there's actually also conspiracy alleging that Florida State was in when everyone went to sleep. And then when they woke up the next morning, like 3 votes had changed, and no one really knew why.
Typical Florida shit.
I've heard all the bullshit. I know, like I freaking
Al Gore knows.
We had like this stupid company-wide manager meeting thing, and Jerry Jones was waffling for 15 minutes about how FSU deserved to be in because they're one of our stadiums and shit or whatever, and like he was like,
he would say that.
Can you say this on the air? Are you breaking some kind of privilege?
Oh, I probably shouldn't even have been there. I'm an hourly worker. Like,
You're gonna get all of us fucking black van disappeared, Nikki.
for breaking my ass in. It's like it was like a, how do I say? There was like it was like
a crybaby session.
All of the stadiums in our regions got together and like we wore little ugly sweaters and we like had hot coffee and like chatted and like got on like a big ginormous like thousands of people Zoom call.
Was your ugly sweater sweatering though?
Like I was having a chat with the CEO or anything. It was just like.
But was your ugly sweater sweatering? I need to know this.
It was, and I kind of got snubbed for tacky a sweater. Not gonna lie, I think I should win, but I didn't. But it's cool. But no, FSU Stadium was actually the highest grossing stadium in the entire United States for our company this
damn lit.
Over AT&T, over SoFi.
That makes sense though. They drink in Florida.
Nothing else to do.
They drink in Florida. No, like they drink and fucking party in Florida.
There's nothing else to do. There's literally nothing else to do until
drinking, sex, and parties. Like that's Mia Khalifa went to Florida State. Am I not wrong? Pretty sure she did. So yeah, like we know what Florida State produces.
Dog, out of all the distinguished alumni you could have said from Florida State,
King Bach and Mia Khalifa.
Mia Khalifa, I did not know.
She went to Florida State.
Dion.
She has a legit degree too.
Jameis, you could have.
Dion didn't graduate from Florida State.
You could have said any.
Forgot to say that.
Name. Damn.
Could have said Randy Moss, but he didn't graduate from there either. Went to Marshall.
I mean, Jalen Hurts, an Alabama alumni.
He's an OU quarterback.
You wouldn't.
You haven't said that. You said he's both before.
I mean, it depends. Does Alabama like to claim him, or are they only claiming him when he wins?
They only claimed him when he won.
Exactly. Like, and then the way that shit played out with Tua's dad, and pretty much if Tua doesn't fucking start, he's transferring. So you bench Jalen even though you didn't want to.
Because Jalen himself was like
waffling.
No, Jalen himself came out and was like, Bama fans don't claim me. Like he said it out. He said it out loud.
Well, then it's settled. I always saw him as an OU guy anyway because he saved Lincoln's fucking ass.
He was only at OU for one.
Exactly, and they didn't have a quarterback. Who was the quarterback behind Jalen Hurts?
Behind Jalen?
Exactly. Don't even know.
Gabriel? No.
Who was the quarterback behind Jalen Hurts?
It was so it was Baker, and then it was
Kyler, and then
it was Kyler the very next year, and then it was Jalen, and then it was Caleb, and then Dylan.
Caleb wasn't there yet. Because remember, he didn't play his whole senior year of high school.
I'm pretty sure he was a redshirt freshman with them. No,
he wasn't good enough to play as a freshman.
I'm pretty sure he was under Hurts. I think
he came after. No,
there's no way.
There was that other light skinned dude.
Oh, Rattler. Yeah, Rattler. Spencer Rattler declared for the NFL draft. By the way,
Spencer Rattler was the starter. Caleb Williams was the backup.
Yes.
But that was after Jalen left. That was the year after. I'm talking about the year Jalen was there.
Okay, then Rattler was Jalen Hurts' backup then.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Because Caleb was the backup.
I remember that now because Spencer started the next year and we thought very highly of him, but he started sucking. And then everybody was like, ooh, pick up this boy wonder Caleb, fucking bench Spencer or whatever.
He didn't play his high school senior year, but shit, because of COVID. But he looks like a really good dude. We'll see what he has. And then fucking 86 yards against Texas.
I mean, he was definitely, don't get me wrong, like, Caleb, I think Spencer, I don't know, he's kind of a victim of circumstance. Should have stayed in South Carolina. He shouldn't have came out the draft this year. He made a mistake. He should have just kept his ass. Should have kept his ass in school. But I think he's been humbled a bit, in my opinion.
Unless Beamer told him, bro, just go. I don't really need you. I got my cue.
He used to suck at OU. He used to think his shit didn't stink at OU, and then he got proven wrong, got benched, about played him, and then he was like, oh shit. You know what I mean?
That is true. That is very true. But yeah, so we've confirmed it. Jalen Hurts is an OU QB. Yeah, that's true. It is, but like Bama fans are real wishy-washy. The Heisman finalists are
not Jalen.
Damn, we're only on bullet point 2?
No, I only have like 2 more things left because we kind of skipped around. So the Heisman finalists are Michael Penix Jr. of Washington, Jaden Daniels of LSU, he should definitely win the Heisman. Bo Nix, who won Pac-12 Player of the Year. Marvin Harrison Jr. is a Heisman finalist because we all know he was the only thing keeping Ohio State relevant, and their starting quarterback transferred, Kyle McCord or whatever. He wasn't the guy. We all knew it. That's why he left Ohio State. Backup quarterback for Bama, Shane Buckner or whatever, entered the lacrosse transfer portal, which is interesting. Also, we all knew this. Caleb's not playing in the Holiday Bowl. That's why I said when he said game time decision, I was like, that's bullshit. You're not playing. You know you're not playing.
We were talking about the draft for the 7th time.
Oh no, that's definitely not a game time decision. But there were murmurs like,
bro, that was his fucking quote.
That was his quote, bro.
I know, but
you missed it last week. He literally tried to argue with me for 5 minutes, and then I had to Google it.
No, I was agreeing with him.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
At first I was disagreeing.
You were totally disagreeing.
But the last 2 minutes, I was like, no, I agree. He's going into the draft. But this whole shit.
You're still not even listening, bro.
All right, fine, I'll stop.
No, I know for a fact it was the draft because when I read it, I almost died of cringe.
Yeah, exactly. And so I fact checked it, and then I made a point of it. I was like, maybe you should just believe your co-host who's actually in the rundown and your producer who actually spends time on the rundown every week instead of telling us that we're wrong.
And then I course corrected and said, I believe you, but there's still talk of people thinking he's going to play in the Holiday Bowl. And I'm like, y'all are smoking crack. He's not fucking playing because he's going to the draft. Why would you not play the bowl game and then say, I'm coming back for my senior year? That sounds stupid. I'm like, the same way Marvin Harrison said he might come back. Like, bro, you're not fucking coming back. Stop lying. Go into the draft. Like, you're not playing.
They trying to get bitches still. That's why.
They're trying to get NIL money and keep they trap. Like,
sorry, women.
Yeah, wow. That was real sexist of you, sir. Wow,
my bad.
This guy. Are you sorry, though?
I'm cringing at myself.
Are you sorry you got caught? I feel like you're sorry you got caught. I feel like you're sorry we all caught you double dipping in the chip bowl.
Shut up. Get off your high horse. You would have said the same shit off air.
So now you're just throwing innuendos my way that aren't true.
You're not innocent.
I'm definitely innocent.
You're not innocent.
I'm definitely innocent. I have not been toxic at all today.
Okay.
I woke up this morning giving you your props. I'm just saying.
Anyways.
Bottom line is,
I'm on the Penix train too, man. Undefeated.
Yeah, he should win it because he's the best player on the best team. But Jaden Daniels, this is like the Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry situation, but it's flipped. But it's a win for Cali because Jaden Daniels from San Bernardino. So whoever wins it between those two, I'm happy with that.
Where's Penix from?
He's from Florida, but he went to Indiana and then transferred to Washington. So but he deserves the Heisman.
He deserves it, but I think that Daniels was more valuable to his team,
which is what the Heisman is meant for.
Right, but no, I don't think so. I think it's
strictly that's like exactly what it's meant for. But Alabama fucked up the concept of the Heisman. Oh, let's pick the best player on the best team. But that's not the Heisman. That's not what the Heisman is for. Like that, you can win fucking AP Player of the Year for that. You don't win the Heisman for being the best. If that's the case, by the way, shout out to Reggie Bush making the College Football Hall of Fame.
Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield wouldn't have won because they weren't the best.
Because Lamar was better than Kyler. Lamar was better than Baker that year. I would have won the Heisman. By those standards.
You're not talking about who's better than who. Baker won the Heisman.
No, statistically, Lamar was better the year after he won the Heisman.
Okay, but Oklahoma wasn't the best team either.
Exactly. But because Baker was a walk-on, which is unprecedented, you have to give him the Heisman for that. He was the reason they were so good.
He could have gotten the Heisman the year before that.
Nah. Lamar was there.
For it.
Lamar, when he won the Heisman, was him. It's like Michael Jordan with who can actually play quarterback.
Heisman winners then. So why are we talking about it?
No, but I'm saying sometimes it's not when you win the Heisman, it's the circumstances around you winning. Derrick Henry won because he was the best player on the best team, not because he was the best player in the country. It was Christian McCaffrey.
That you said that Baker Mayfield was him? Can you
I believe that's a check and mate, sir. Can we move on?
I agreed. So I said it. Obviously, I knew what I was saying when I said it. So yeah, he was him for being a walk. He was him for being a walk-on and winning a Heisman. Like I never took heat off that.
What about with the Bucks?
Oh, with the Bucks? Well, I picked him up in fantasy. So what does that tell you?
What does it tell me?
15th ranked quarterback. I had Trevor Lawrence, but I picked up Baker Mayfield. Which means he's the guy they should build around. And they should find a way to pay Mike Evans if they're smart. But they probably won't pay Mike Evans, and then Baker will have a shitty season. And then that excuse to move on from him. Then he ends up on the Raiders.
Anything y'all got going on over there?
Excuse you? Hold on. Aren't you a Patriots fan?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Just watch your tone and delivery now.
What do you mean?
You're talking shit about the Raiders, and I'm like, hold on, wait a second.
All right. Can we move on yet?
Yeah, we're done.
My team won this week, okay? Yours hasn't yet.
Our team's on a bye.
Wait, what?
The Raiders
No, we play the Vikings.
The Raiders were on a bye.
And Justin Jefferson's going to cook us.
No, but I'm saying the Raiders were on a bye. And now they're playing.
That's a joke because it's Thursday.
Justin Jefferson's had 2 weeks to just brew on how he's going to cook us.
I'm good because I got him on my fantasy team.
Yeah, he's going to cook us, bro.
I hope he
Too
goes
bad
off
you didn't have him last week.
I know, I needed him like 7 fucking weeks.
Yeah, well, is Josh Dobbs' insanity over, though?
Josh Dobbs?
Yeah.
Said Josh Jobs.
Isn't that his name?
It's Josh Dobbs. That's disrespectful. As an ACC, I mean, it's an SEC legend. Dobbs. He's a rocket scientist. Get his name right.
I said Dobbs.
You said Jobs.
No, I did.
You said Josh Jobs. I was like, what the fuck?
No, I didn't. I
thought you were going to say Josh Jacobs, but you said Josh Jobs.
I said Dobbs. We're recording. We
are recording, yeah.
Down.
Surely. Look at what time it is right now.
Anyway, you should probably move on because you've been on college football for like 800 years.
I've been done for like 5 minutes. Like I've been legit done with college football for like 5 to 7 minutes.
Bro,
we were just
Nikki's ready to kill herself during college football. You know,
I've been done talking for 5 minutes about college football. We literally were starting.
Kenny, you want to know what's crazy is when you think you're done talking, you're still not done talking.
I said we were done talking college football. I was talking about other shit, waiting for you to transition. Which you still.
Oh, now it's on me. I actually did hit the button. You weren't listening. I already hit the button like 2 minutes ago.
I know. I just kept talking.
Not being toxic today. Wow, shit's crazy.
It doesn't affirm necessarily right now. Earlier today, most of the day I was not toxic.
If you were a Pokemon, you'd be a Grimer, bro.
Definite diss. A Pokemon's older than you, Nikki. That's why he did it. Because he knew I would get the reference.
All right, Nikki, go ahead. Take it away.
All right. Anyway, touchdown or turnover. The New York Jets are going back to Zach Wilson as starting quarterback.
This is a fucking turnover, pick six, running through the tunnel. Like, that shit is crazy, bro. First, they went with Trevor Siemian, which was whatever. Like, we know he's fucking mid.
Awful.
Then they went with Boyle, right? Then they had Zach Wilson as a third-string quarterback those 3 weeks. And then they go back to dude.
And sign Brett Rippon.
And they had a fucking conversation with him. And I heard the quote this week on some radio show. And basically the coach was like, yeah, I talked with Zach. He still thinks gives us the best chance to win. He still wants to start. He wants to compete, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just not there yet. And then the next day he named him the starter. And all amidst that whole week, there was rumors that Zach didn't even want to start because he was worried about getting hurt, which is crazy because, like, why the fuck would you say that? That's basically like career suicide. Like, you can't say that in an NFL locker room. I don't want to play because I don't want to get hurt, bro.
Or like, I don't want to play because you're using me as like a fucking permanent lifetime side chick.
Pretty much, yeah. So,
which by the never mind.
I mean, those reports turned out to be false, though. So.
Were they false?
Yes.
Yeah, because somebody said Aaron Rodgers and him had a conversation about how he feels like they're just backdooring him and setting him up for failure. Because, like, the fucking Rams signed Brett Rippon and cut him the same day. And then the Jets signed Brett Rippon and then cut him too. And it's like, you could have just let the dude be the starter. Like, he was the best option you had. Your offensive line is ass because they're hurt. You can't really get anybody the ball offensively. Like, that's not Wilson's fault. But you want Aaron Rodgers to come back to this offense? I mean, if I was Zach Wilson, I'd be like, you don't believe in me. So, like, you just keep stringing me along because you have no other options.
Where's he going to end up next year?
The XFL?
The Patriots?
Nah.
Oh, you think he wound up on the Patriots?
I'll say.
You want to bet?
Patriots don't draft a quarterback like Bill Belichick.
I'll say the
might
Bills.
actually, like,
Why would he go to the Bills or the Buccaneers?
Or the Buccaneers.
He's not beating out Baker Mayfield.
I know. He's not going to go.
He can't beat Baker Mayfield in a fist fight.
He's not going to go to start. He's going to go to just sit for a year.
Nah, he's going to
chill.
go to Belichick and somehow win the starting job.
Nah.
Bucks take him, that would be a really bad business decision on the Bucks.
He's not starting, bro. He's not starting.
If I was Baker, I wouldn't come back.
He's not starting anywhere next year. Zach Wilson's not starting anywhere next year. He's not starting anywhere for another 3 years.
Do you want to bet?
Yeah.
You want to shake on it?
No, but I'll verbally agree to your bet.
That's a verbal contract.
Okay.
It holds up in court.
I'll agree to your bet. Zach Wilson's not starting next year.
He'll be starting.
Week 1.
I'm not saying week 1.
No.
He'll start like Joe Flacco starting.
Yeah, that don't count.
That does count.
Dog, PJ Walker started.
Dobbs is starting.
Yeah, that don't count. I'm talking about week 1.
I mean,
he's not going to be a week 1 starter.
There's too many variables to say week 1.
He will not win a starting job in camp.
That I agree with. But he'll be a starter somewhere.
That's not being a starter, bro.
Somewhere in the season, he'll be a
spot starter. That's making a start.
He'll be a spot starter for sure.
There's a difference between drinking and being a drunk. Like,
that's very true.
Totally different things.
That's very true.
You can make a start and not be a starter.
Like, he's nobody's boyfriend. He's a sneaky link. He is. Quarterbacks get treated worse than side pieces, low-key. Backup QBs.
All right, next one.
Especially like when you're really bad and they have to play you. Ouch.
I think he's with Donna Kelsey.
Next one.
I'm legitimately stupefied. I don't know what the fuck to say to that.
I'm trying to think of like a real MILF. Who's like an NFL
Wait, did you
MILF.
just call fam? Do you know what a MILF is? You kind of have to be attractive to be a MILF.
I said Donna Kelsey, bro. That's their mom.
Are you calling their mother a MILF?
I said I'm trying to think of a MILF. Who is? I don't know.
Kardashian?
Hell no. Holly Berry.
No, an NFL MILF, bro.
That could be a lot of different chicks, though. That's a lot to...
Pat Mahomes' mom?
I mean, Eli Apple's mom?
What does Pat Mahomes' mom look like?
I don't know.
Definitely not. Retract that statement, Pete. Pete,
I don't know. I have
Pete,
no idea.
I'm telling you to retract that statement before you Google his...
That's a statement to make. Like
Google it. Apologize and then Google it.
Like, why do you just automatically suspect that his mom's hot?
I know.
I was thinking she looked like Aisha Curry, honestly.
No, he got a white mom and a black dad.
Yeah, nah, she's whatever.
Did you just say his mom is whatever? Have you seen his mom?
I like white women.
Dog,
So
yeah, but like
my scale's a little bit different.
yeah, your scale's shit in the trash.
Oh my God. Okay, wait. I found a picture of her when Pat was a baby.
No. Let's go current picture. That's not his mom. Nah, that wasn't his mom at the Super Bowl.
That's her dollar.
She just looks like...
I'm saying, you gotta just go back to when she was at the Super Bowl. Nah, his mom at the Super Bowl was looking kind of torn down.
What? I'm looking at her right now.
I said at the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
She's a gracefully aged, like, normal...
Dolled up, yes. But like...
She is not ugly, bro.
I didn't say she was.
Not ugly.
But
You made it look like she's the bottom of your shoe, bro.
Because my only image is the first time I saw his mom. The first time I saw his mom was like their first Super Bowl that he won, and I was like, "What the fuck? Did she not know she was going to be on camera today?"
I just found a picture of her with Pat on draft day. She looks beautiful.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying the one Super Bowl she was at where like she wasn't dressed up, but Patrick Mahomes' wife was, and I was like,
okay,
there's a clear difference here.
Just stress the fuck out because she was watching her son like make her.
They beat the Niners.
Super Bowl.
That Niners Super Bowl was kind of rough.
Like if that was my son, like I'd be losing my shit. Like I'd be sweating bullets.
It might have just been a bad camera angle, but the camera angle they got like, you know, like white women have that nasty meaty part of their face to where it kind of hangs. Yeah. It's like a jaw.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. They.
Where is it on mine?
I don't know. I don't know.
Can we change the subject? Next one.
Eating part of my face. What does it even mean? Now I'm just gonna go look.
I said a jowl. You know what a jowl is, right?
No.
You don't know what a jowl is? You're from the South?
I have a meaty part of my face.
You're from the South? No, you're from the South and you don't know what a jowl is? Everybody has a jowl, even if you're not fat.
A jowl? What is a jowl?
It's like the meaty part of your jaw that like, it's not your jawline, but it's like the extra meat. If you have a puffy face, you're like, if this person ever got fat, like that's their jowl. Ever heard of that phrase? You've never heard of the word jowl?
What?
You've never heard of that? That's like a real thing everywhere, especially in the South.
You mean the waddle?
What the fuck is a waddle?
The thing under a rooster's neck?
That's like a giblet.
Waddle.
I thought it was. I've heard it called giblets. So I guess is that just for turkeys?
Maybe that's just the cooked version.
That's a good question. That's a good point. I don't know. Like, damn. So, like, is it called something different once you kill the turkey and eat it? Like, damn, that's something I gotta look into.
Conversation. I'm moving on. Anyway.
Yeah, please do. I went to a weird place.
49ers are signing Logan Ryan. Touchdown and turnover.
Turnover.
They need safety depth. Touchdown.
My brother just signed Marcus Peters. He doesn't have to tackle there.
Logan Ryan's actually a safety.
They actually have side-to-side linebackers.
No, he's
actually tackle.
No, he's actually a safety. Like, Logan Ryan's actually a safety who can play some corner. With the Rutgers.
He's actually been washed for like 3 years.
He's been washed for like 5 years, but he's living off that pick six of Tom Brady. So
I thought that was Malcolm Butler.
Malcolm Butler picked him off too.
Huh? Malcolm Butler picked Russell Wilson off.
Yeah.
Malcolm Butler picked off Tom Brady too, but like Logan Ryan picked off Tom Brady to end his career technically.
And who's in the Titans?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. I was like, he's living off that one play.
That was him?
That's why. That's why he's still in the fucking league.
Oh man, fuck that guy then. Turnover.
Does he have jowls? Probably. When safeties retire, they do get fat. That's kind of funny though.
He's the guy that caught the pick six against Tom's last game as a Patriot.
I want to say number 26. I think that's his number.
Damn.
Yes.
Damn.
I wonder where he's going to play. He's probably going to be playing strong safety because Funga's injured.
I feel like he's old then. Because he was
He's old as shit. He went to Rutgers.
The fuck?
He's a DB that got drafted out of Rutgers who was loved by Belichick.
Dude's got like fucking 55 years old.
I was going to say 35, but damn near.
Anywho.
Buddy's old.
The Eagles and Leonard are agreeing to a 1-year deal.
Darius Leonard to the Eagles. Yeah, he's going to clean up that pass coverage. Because Nicholas Morrow was getting eaten alive. 8 catches for 175 yards. Whew. It's definitely a touchdown. Eagles might have fixed their defense. Darius Leonard, I still think can be an all-pro player. He's only been in the league 5 years. People acting like he's washed. Will be the right guy there. Philly, Lord knows they need it. Hey, Pete, we're doing a podcast.
Did we move on to the next topic?
We were talking about Darius Leonard.
Oh, yeah, that's a touchdown. Because Nicholas Morrow gave up
8 catches for 175 yards. I just said it.
Yeah, pretty much. He got cooked. So.
He's now a turkey giblet. See, callback.
Plus, I mean, I think with Leonard too. I mean, he'll be able to play with that defensive line eating up all those blocks, so he can just really roam around and make plays on the ball, which is really his strength. Better than Derek Barnett.
Derek Barnett's literally a defensive end, a box 4-3 defensive end.
I know.
Who ran a slow 40.
I know.
That man didn't do nothing to you.
But Shaq can also rush the passer.
Yeah. He can.
So that's what I'm saying. You can use him as a stand-up blitzer instead of having to worry about Barnett's slow ass.
But Barnett's a pure defensive end. He can't drop back into coverage anyway.
Yeah, I know.
You're thinking of more Morrow.
No, I'm thinking of a front seven. You have 7 players. I'm saying he gives you more versatility because he can be both a coverage linebacker
and a blitzer.
or an edge rusher.
I like blitzing up the middle.
He can still
he
blitz
can do
off
what
the
Morrow
edge.
can't do.
He can still blitz off the edge. He can still.
You got
bend
Josh Sweat.
and
You have a
rip,
loaded
bro.
defensive line. You don't need to even.
I'm not saying he needs to line up on
They
the
got a
edge.
NASCAR
I'm saying he
package.
can blitz off the edge.
Yeah, but
So yeah, you're mansplaining what I'm saying.
no, but you would. He wouldn't be doing that. For
I'm saying you could do whatever you want with him. That's my point.
Okay, then, but like you don't need
Versus
him off the edge.
Barnett, you're limited to him just playing edge rusher.
Bro, he's a
So
pure
I'm
defensive
saying-
end. He was never a linebacker at any point in his career. I
He's
don't know why
never
you're
played
comparing-
linebacker. He's played linebacker, bro. He's played stand-up
They stand
edge.
him up,
Yes.
but he's not a linebacker.
But I'm saying
He's
with
a-
Shaq, you could play him however you want to
Eagles
play
were doing
him.
stupid shit with their defense. They were doing stupid shit with their defense. For a while, before Josh Sweat took off, they had him standing up and dropping into coverage too. Like, a lot of those guys, they just said, let me just do what you're good at. He's going to probably eat in Houston. He'll probably eat in Houston.
But yeah, my point is you can do whatever you want with him
Who's the other linebacker
without
in Philly?
having to forego anything.
TJ Fort? Who knows?
Zach Cunningham, isn't it?
He's hurt too. Oh, yeah. See, that's a great combo. Both can tackle. One's better in coverage. One's slightly okay in coverage.
Oh no,
They're just gonna run a 2.
Cunningham's hit or miss. Sometimes
4-2-5.
Sometimes he gets lost on the blocks.
They're just gonna run a 4-2-5. That's what they're
Wrong sound. Psych. There we go.
NFL blitz vibes.
Close enough. All right. Man, how do you pronounce this name? Vrabel? I'm gonna go Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel.
Titans Vrabel says that Derrick Henry is actually not in the concussion protocol, despite the report, which opens up further questions on the validity of team reporting, on top of the Joe Burrow situation.
I don't know, man. I feel like concussion protocol is kind of shaky waters these days. Like, you got players sitting out. Like, Amari Cooper's not ruled out this week, even though people are saying he's probably not going to play, but he hasn't really been officially ruled out. There was another player who played. Olave played last week, even though he was in concussion protocol. And then you got Hayden Hurst, who had amnesia from his concussion 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he just was at practice today, but they didn't know if he would ever recover.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker landed on his head and forgot everything.
So yeah, man, concussions has just been weird this year. I feel like more than anything, like I feel like there's no standard anymore. Like it's really just case by case, person by person basis. So I don't know. We'll see. Kenny?
Yeah, I don't usually believe it until they're on the field playing.
It's not even just concussions, though. I feel like
Crosby's on the injury report. He's most likely going to play, but
yeah,
because cats aren't practicing, it's because they're probably getting intense treatment so they can play. Now, Derek Carr's not playing. He got fucking rib, concussion, shoulder injury. Body's never mind. I'll get to that fade or fair, but yeah, it's a mess in New Orleans. Somehow the Falcons are still like number 1 in the fucking division.
Wait, the game. Wait, hold on. Wait. All right. The refs defend Mahomes' hit penalty and the PI no call penalty at the end of the Chiefs-Packers game.
Kenny had something to say about this earlier, so go ahead, Kenny.
Yeah, it was all fair. It was all like he led with his shoulder when the safety was trying to hit him out of bounds, and he was still in bounds when he got touched. Therefore, it was fair. Should have thrown a flag. They knew that because that drive would have been over had they not thrown that penalty flag. And then the Packers DBs played that shit straight up for 4 straight plays. Like, what do you like? No, you don't keep bailing the Chiefs out because of bad offensive play because Marquez Valdez-Scantling can't catch a fucking pass. Because had he caught that pass, we wouldn't be having this conversation. So, no, it was fair. The Packers earned that win. Shout out to Jordan Love, who's coming to his own. It'll be funny if he ends up having like a Hall of Fame career.
This is by no means my original take, so it's been out there for a while. A lot of people have been saying it, but I feel like it's getting louder. I feel like it's finally going to happen. I feel like NFL just needs to go to the college rule. I feel like they need to just make it 15 yards and stop making a spot foul. Because at this point, I feel like offenses are really kind of taking advantage of it. Like, you know, they're looking to just kind of chuck it deep and get that call because it can really change the course of a game. Not to mention, for us bettors, it also fucks up stats and parlays and all that good stuff. So, yeah, I think it should just make it 15 yards. Call it a day. And it will also make it less impactful to make that sort of call. You know, it should only be a spot foul if it's in the red zone. Right? Because if you make the call at the end of the game, you got to move it within the fucking 15 versus, hey, it's just 15 yards from wherever they threw it.
Or if it happened at the line of scrimmage, it's like you're going to give them 15 yards progression for that.
I mean, yeah, but I think it would still be the 5-yard, gray area. But I'm saying when the ball's in the air, it's 15 yards.
Let's say it's a quick slant on 3rd and 5, and they call it. 5 yards, you're allowed that. But if it's 3rd and 5, do you call it?
I mean, what's the college standard? You can't touch them in that 5 yards at all? You can't touch them at all? So you just go that way?
No, if you're pressing, you're allowed to do whatever you want within 5 yards, but sometimes they call it, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, so there you go. But still, I think that's less of room for fuckery in that case. All right, Kenny, I don't know why you're writing this. We're not going to talk about half this shit. We're already way over time.
I only wrote 2 things. That shit at the end ain't got nothing to do with me. And also,
you just wrote 2 things we're not going to talk about.
Nah, Nikki gonna have something to say.
You can write about that. You can talk about that in your rant, bro.
Well, that's fade or fade.
We already spent an hour on college football.
We actually didn't. It was more like 27 minutes.
Nikki?
Because a lot happened.
Nikki?
28 and 26 seconds. My bad.
It was a lot longer than that, Kenny.
It was 28 seconds?
He said we talked college
28
football
minutes and 26 seconds.
For 28 minutes.
And 26 seconds.
Well, you started at 9:20. I think you ended at like 9:55.
I mean, do we count the last 5 minutes? Because I was just shit talking. Us talking about Baker Mayfield.
So you talked about 50 minutes, bro. You talked
she
about.
Said 9:20. She said 9:20 and 9:55. Where the fuck
okay.
do you get? Where the fuck do you get
9:55.
15 minutes?
9:50.
Woo! That's what time it ended. So it
still
was about
35 minutes. Bro.
About 30 minutes.
35.
Because those last 5 minutes we were just talking shit.
No, it was about 35 minutes. I got a couple real quick before we move on.
Oh, do you now?
All right. Former Jaguars employee pleads guilty to stealing $22 million with a virtual credit card. Basically, he was like a manager of finance and planning, and he was using that $22 million to basically put in cryptocurrency. He was really in charge of kind of the virtual cards. So, like, when people have expenses, he's a dude who would basically make them debit cards. But, yeah, he was using them for his own benefit. So, take your tangent.
almost put that on the rundown, but I thought y'all would shit on me for it. So
I got no comment.
Nikki?
Super based. Only not based if he got caught.
He worked for the organization for 5 years, and he worked his way up from a coordinator.
It's so crazy, dude. Like, how many fucking brain cells to rub together? Like, you're not ripping off McDonald's, bro.
Yeah, for real. He bought a like $100,000 watch. He bought like a car. He put a down payment on a house.
$1 billion organization, and you don't think you're gonna get caught? Are you insane?
I mean, well, Tony Khan is just blowing money in AEW. So,
I
can
think,
you blame him?
I think the worst part is it's kind of like there's so much of this software that's coming out for like expenses and virtual cards. Like, I wonder like what this kind of does for the adoption of that. Like, this is just going to be another reason why companies are like, no, we don't need that. We just need a bunch of accounting people just sitting there doing nothing all day except for looking at receipts and invoices because of this exact reason. So I think that's kind of the part that annoys me. Just be a reason for boomers to slow things down like they do.
Step in the wrong direction.
Exactly, yeah.
Hmm.
All right. And then another one, the Bills coach, McDermott, he apologized for his 9/11 marks in 2019. Basically, there was a report that came out essentially talking about how he's kind of falling out of favor in the locker room and the organization. And it called upon this reference that he made in 2019 where it was late in the season and he was basically trying to tell his guys to communicate better and to, be more cohesive. And he compared them to the 9/11 terrorists. And yeah, pretty much all the sources they talked to were like, yeah, it was a very horrible metaphor and it landed with nobody.
Don't forget he made the 9/11 terrorists the good guys.
Did he?
Yes.
He did.
How do you do that?
He was saying that they needed to be them because they made like a good plan, right?
They sacrificed to the very end with box cutters.
That's fucking wild. Yeah, I didn't get that.
Yeah, the war in Iraq. Tell us about it. See why Pat Tillman's family don't fuck with the NFL?
Dude, every time I remember that story, it like makes me hate the NFL for a little bit. The Pat Tillman stuff. Oof.
Imagine.
And then they played the football life for Pat Tillman.
So I'm gonna go on a tangent
on
here.
The network, which confused
imagine Belichick goes to the Bills.
Dare I say the Jets?
I feel like he goes to the Bills.
I say I'd kill myself?
I feel like they're more ready.
We'd have to pry Nikki's eyes open, her eyelids open, and make her watch.
I would just roll my eyes back. I wouldn't.
It'd be the Spider-Man meme.
Well, he's made
Norman
the play.
Osborn when he blew her house open and said, "Finish it."
He's made the playoffs in 5 or 6 seasons. Right now, they're in it, but they're not looking that great. So, essentially, who would be favored to take that job? I feel like you have to start the conversation at Belichick. Like, you have to at least try to interview him if he's available, which a lot of people think he will be.
Who's the hottest
Bill
coordinator?
Belichick's pride, his ego is too big for that. Like, I know that sounds crazy, okay? But he knows that if he leaves the Patriots in the state that they are, he's going to be clowned for that and seen as not good enough to repair it.
Well,
He's the greatest head coach of all time.
Well, according to insiders, it might not be up to him. The rumors and speculation is it might not be up to him.
What is a Patriot?
Robert Kraft would never fire him. Straight up.
Okay. You want to bet money on that?
It's bro, I'm my mama, bro, on everything I have.
That's not fair. You can't put that on your mom. You know why. Hey, fucking scumbag. Hey, let me put that on my biological father. Sure. Hey, Pete, you want to put that on somebody?
No.
On my cats.
That's fucked up. What the cats do?
That's deep for me. So
damn,
no
you out
way.
here fucking Thanosing one of your cats.
Robert Kraft, Tom was like a son to him, and he still chose Bill. Ain't no way he's going back on that.
Ain't no way.
100%. 100%. I'll put that everything on that. No way he's firing.
Okay, you're putting that on Stormberger then.
On Stormberger.
On a chicken sandwich from Stormberger, because apparently now you can actually get a chicken sandwich off the app. My coworker, off Uber Eats. I don't believe my coworker when he told me, when he showed me the receipt. He said, I was like, you got a chicken sandwich from Stormberger? You know how hard it is to get a chicken sandwich? Their shit's always sold out. He said, I know, right? Thanks for telling me about that place. I said, you're welcome.
I know, we went together when it was like really busy. I got a chicken sandwich.
Yeah, you can get one if you're there, but you can't get one if you try to fucking order it on the app. They're like, nope.
Oh, okay. Weird.
Hair fade? Since you're just clicking your teeth in the mic like you usually do every week.
Yeah. I'm not reading the Steelers one. Bro, what is wrong with you?
Sound like.
What is wrong with you with mouth noises?
That's what you sound like in
no,
the mic.
what is your kink with mouth noises?
I wasn't making a mouth noise. That's what
fam.
you do.
And put your thighs away. It's weird. It's uncomfortable. Like, could you put your fucking Dunkin' Donut shit away? Like,
that's fucked up.
Bro, put that ugly shit away. Nobody wants to see that shit.
Dog.
Put that fatty corpuscle away, bro. No, because he fucking burnt his thigh.
I didn't burn my shit. They burned my shit.
So he had a McDonald's moment.
Did you just say that Pete got thick thighs, bro?
No, I said fatty corpuscle. You don't know what fatty corpuscle is? Google it. It's like it's like an inner thigh bruise.
Okay,
hurts
can we
really
move
bad.
on?
Bottom line is fucking cover that shit up, bro. I don't see that shit.
That's fucked up. I gotta look at your nasty ass feet every morning.
Yeah, first off, I have socks on. My feet are nasty. Fuck
your
you.
Feet are nasty.
My feet are not nasty.
Your feet are nasty.
You don't even wash your feet, bro.
Yes, I do.
No, you fucking
Yes,
don't.
At least
you don't put lotion on your feet.
At least my feet are the same color as the rest of my body.
That's disrespectful and racist and mean.
Yeah.
Not my fault. It's not my fault I have a tan on my feet.
You got vitiligo on your feet,
I do not. It's vitiligo. You can't even fucking say words right. No, it's not.
Whatever.
I'm telling my mom you said that. That's fucked up. I love wearing socks. Like wearing socks during football.
Nasty, dog.
No, they're not. It's just they're just lighter than the rest of my body.
You got red. You got red toes.
You say I got red bottoms for real?
Yeah.
Fuck you. Red tail. That's fucked up. That's kind of racist. Fuck you for that. I guess you can do the Steelers one, but I'm gonna just do the ones I got real quick for fair fade. Nikki, you'll appreciate this. I don't know if you're watching the Twitter account live, but I was earlier. So Spider-Man 2 got cheated at the gaming awards.
Fuck no. I'm not gonna appreciate that shit. Spider-Man didn't get cheated for shit.
Wow, really? It didn't deserve any awards?
No, they didn't deserve shit. First off, Spider-Man 2 is a great game. They didn't deserve anything. Okay? There's 15 games better than Spider-Man 2.
Fucking Willy Wonka them. Damn.
First off,
I wasn't expecting this villain.
Kenny doesn't even play games. I don't know why he put this on the rundown.
I appreciate the graphics and the gameplay. Fuck you.
No, I appreciated both because I just finished the game. I 100%ed that hoe. It was great.
100%.
First off, I played every single game on that list. And the fact that Baldur's Gate 3 won everything.
It's crazy.
Everything.
It's crazy.
They won everything. Talking Game of the Year, Best Direction, Best Music, Best freaking, what was it? Best Anticipation?
Well, the memes were crazy. I'm surprised fucking God of War didn't win anything.
Absolutely. First off,
that feels like robbery.
God of War came out in November of 2022.
Oh, so it missed the cycle? So
it won several awards last year.
Oh, because like, you know how like the Oscars, not the Oscars, but like the Grammys, like the fucking window was different?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I thought it was counted as this year.
They won stuff last year.
Okay.
I want to say for story and like music too. But anyway, not trying to be that bitch because I'm biased, but the fact that they won every single category they were entered into, and Tears of the Kingdom didn't win shit, crazy, bro. Spider-Man 2, nah. Let's talk about Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay, well, I got another one for you because you can do that during your rant. But the Blade video game trailer was better than any fucking Marvel movie this year. I'm standing on business. The Blade video game trailer? Holy fuck. That shit is better than any fucking Marvel movie that came out this year.
Dog, this is how I know you don't watch games. The GTA.
Man, get the fucking dog. Get the fucking. We're not going to talk about GTA right now.
Dog,
get that bullshit out of my face.
Dog, the GTA trailer literally.
I don't care. I go to a strip club and see that. It's Miami. It's ass and titties and twerking on cars.
Let's talk about the GTA 6 trailer.
Yeah, the GTA trailer
it was
literally,
great. Okay,
literally won, literally
it crashed
the most viewed trailer
cool.
of all time.
That's cool, but you know what's even more viewed?
Like, literally,
CM Punk coming back was more viewed. Relax.
It broke the YouTube record for most views.
That's cool,
Dog.
but until I get a game, I don't want to hear shit.
Tom Petty's streams are up 370,000%.
Congrats. Is he still alive or not?
Nah, he died in 2017.
Okay, shit, I forgot. I'll be thinking like some old white dude. Cause I know David Crosby died last year. That kind of made me really sad. He had a funny Twitter account. But yeah, like that Blade shit was fire, bro. Cause think about the applications.
You won't even play games, bro.
No, but
know
it's
why
not the point. Cinematically, it was better than the fucking Marvel's trailer, even though there's a lot of controversy behind that and how they actually didn't promote that movie. But that's a different story. But the Marvel trailer for Blade was so good, and all we hear from the fucking Marvel movie with the regular Blade, the Blade video game movie was dope. The trailer was dope for Blade. What I'm saying is,
but it came from the Deathloop developers. I'm a skip.
I mean, that's cool. You can do that, but the trailer looked great. I'm just saying the trailer for the Blade video game looked better than a lot of shit Marvel got going this year, and it's sad because Masahiro Ali, there's rumors that he might just walk away from it because he's getting frustrated because they keep rewriting the fucking script. So it's like, how does a Blade video game trailer come out before anything from Marvel? And nobody wants to fucking talk about the Eternals because that movie sucked. So no, I'm not going to watch the last 5 minutes of the movie to see that Blade's voice was in the fucking trailer or in the movie. No one cares.
Bethesda's on it too? Oh, it might be pretty good then. Bethesda's pretty good, in my opinion.
And that was a dope scene. But yeah, that's my fade on that regard. Marvel, get your shit together. And lastly, for me, Michael Thomas for the Saints wide receiver. He's on IR out here subtweeting Derek Carr like we don't fucking know you're subtweeting Derek Carr, bro. Come on. Stop it. Please stop it. We know you're subtweeting Derek Carr.
Wait, I'm so sorry. About the Blade thing, is it a remake of one of the... Because there's already Blade games. So is it a remake? Or is it a new... Is it like God of War where there's already God of War games and then they make another God of War game?
It looks like there's going to be a new one because the way that scene was set up, that looks like something really...
Supposed to be a new one.
So it's like God of War where there's like the first 3 games and then another separate game several years later.
This might be a retcon version, but if it is, I'm cool with it.
Okay, so it's like God of War 2018, pretty much.
I mean, we got to stop comparing something that could be really cool to something that already came out that we got tired of.
Whoa! The fuck? Bro. What?
Hey, man, who's still talking about God of War in 2018 when all these other games came out?
Game of the Year, God of War 2018?
Yes, but people are off that. They're talking about fucking Baldur's Gate and everything else now. You know people are fickle.
It's like, it's similar in structure as to where there was 3
Blade
games.
Totally.
And then another Blade game, and then there was 3 God of War games. And
but I mean, we don't.
Game.
I don't hear people talking about Blade games like that. We treat the Blade games like that 50 Cent Bulletproof game. It was fire. It's actually a dope game, but like
that game sucked, dog.
That shit was fun to play. I played for the soundtrack, honestly. It was a fun time waster.
I think Red Dead Redemption 2 won Game of the Year in 2018. Actually,
probably did.
Damn, that game's already 4 years old.
Didn't they already have part 2? Like, didn't the second one already drop?
That's what she just said. The second one, but you don't listen.
Red Dead Redemption 2 came out in 2018. Yeah.
Fuck, I thought there was like only the first one, and then they just had add-ons.
The first one came out like when we were in high school.
Oh, you've never played Red Dead?
Never played the first one. I knew about the second. I don't pay attention to those games. I didn't pay attention to Red Dead. God, I'm admitting I didn't. Like, I really didn't.
Oh my god, man! This is why
I thought they were working on the third game.
Talk about games. He
Red
doesn't
Dead
play
2
games.
Was one of the best RPGs of our
I didn't play it.
My guy.
I didn't play it. I saw all the memes and shared all the tweets.
It's one of the only video games I've ever I've only one of 2 video games I've ever cried during. That's how good the story was.
I mean, did you cry when you were like killing Klansmen? They have Klansmen in that one. Like they have a whole fucking open world. That's just crazy.
Red Dead 2?
Pretty sure, yeah.
And how did? Okay, if you didn't even know what the game was.
Because I saw all the memes and shit and people playing it and saying, "Oh yeah, there's this thing where you can like."
No, man, I can't tell you because you just gotta play it, but it's good.
Oh, I'm not gonna play it though. You know I'm not gonna play it.
Dude, it's one of the best PlayStation titles ever released. So
I agree and believe you because I read all the fucking reviews. But like
The Last of Us.
Isn't it on the Xbox too?
The Last of Us, no, that legitimately made me sad. The Last of Us.
Okay, it was better than The Last of Us.
Damn, that's heavy.
By the way.
That's emotionally heavy.
And The Last of Us, obviously, we both know how amazing that one was. So
Yes,
that
that
just
is-
tells you.
That's top tier. That's in.
I never
best
actually
video
played
game
Last
story.
of Us.
Yeah, you haven't watched most of the Marvel Universe
And
movies
you're trying
either.
you're trying to shit on Kenny.
Exactly, that's my
You've
point.
never played The Last of Us.
This motherfucker didn't
I
watch
didn't
most
say-
of the
I
Iron
didn't
Man
even-
movies.
I didn't even say I
saw
I
like
didn't
one
even
Thor
say-
movie.
Have I ever brought up game content?
Yeah.
No, I don't. If anything, I asked Nikki about game content
Well,
because I know what I don't know. I don't sit here.
I take it back. You're right. It's okay. You're good.
I only brought it up to Nikki because it's entertaining and I know she cares about it, and I like hearing people talk.
She
about
really
it.
didn't care about it though. That's what the funny part was.
She kind of snapped when I said Spider-Man 2. I said Spider-Man 2 and
You
she
kind of
snapped
just
on it.
projected. Like you kind of just.
I wanted to hear her response.
You just took,
and it was dope.
You just took fucking Culture Vulture clout games and projected them as the best games because you care about them.
I don't do that.
That's literally what you just did.
Nah. I
That's
do it,
literally
and
what
I
you
don't.
just did.
Guess what? I do it, and I don't walk away from this conversation like I know more than her. You do that with everything.
No, I don't.
Yes, you fucking do.
No, I
you
don't.
get 5 minutes of information, and you think you know more about. You think you know more about it than everybody.
No,
you
I
do
don't.
that with everything, bro.
No, I don't.
If you could literally say I know more about being black than you would try it, and you actually have tried it. A couple
No,
times.
I wouldn't. I've never said that to you, Kenny.
Pete.
I've never said that to you, Kenny.
Pete.
I've literally never said that to you.
Okay, Pete.
Your tagline is literally I'm a black man in America. How would I say?
That's just a funny joke for me at this point.
How would I say that I know more about being black than you? That doesn't even make sense, bro. You're just projecting, Kenny.
No.
That's you.
Well,
Kenny, you talk over everybody in every situation. You go to bars and you're the loudest
I
dude
did that one
talking about
time.
everything, bro.
I did that one time.
That was not one time, Kenny.
That one bar.
That was not one time. You've done that multiple times.
Yeah, I talk to everybody. I'll let you talk. I was letting you talk. She wrong in this situation.
No, Kenny, I'm not. You talk about NBA when no one's trying to hear your takes. You talk about MLB when no one's trying to hear your takes. And now you're talking about
No,
gaming
I
when
talk
no
about
one's trying
the
to hear your
Angels
takes.
sucking. I talk about the Angels sucking.
Okay, Kenny.
I'm a pissed off Angels fan.
Okay,
and I talk
Kenny.
about how y'all disrespect Tracy McGrady every fucking day. That's really uncalled for. Because you do. You disrespect Tracy McGrady.
A dude who's never won a playoff game.
Here we
Playoff
fucking
series.
go.
A playoff
Oh,
series.
see, never mind. I'm over it.
He's literally never won a playoff
I'm off
series.
it. I'm off it.
He's literally never won a playoff series.
Charles Barkley never won shit either.
Anyway, Kenny, please play the Red Dead 2. Pete, please play The Last of Us. They're both classics. Anyway, moving on. The Bills general manager, he basically encouraged Von Miller to play in the upcoming game against the Chiefs, and despite his domestic violence charges. And when he was questioned on it, he basically said something to the effect of, "No one wants." He says, "No one wants their name associated with an accusation like that." I'm sure he's disappointed, quote unquote, but things happen sometimes, and we have to give them their fair due process. And he says he hopes we would all wait to let it play out before we rush to judgment. Fair or fade?
I mean, it's definitely fair, but I think the timing of it is just all kind of fade because it's when they really need him, and it's also like the holidays, and his wife is pregnant, and not a great look all the way around.
I think it'd be fair if the chick didn't have like recording of the whole event taking place. Like, if it wasn't for
But didn't
that,
she recant or walk some of it back, or like wasn't there some
recanted like pretty much all of it?
I
That's
mean,
what makes it so
okay.
awkward.
That doesn't. I mean, that does. I mean,
that's
okay.
that's pretty.
So victims of domestic violence do that all the
Yeah,
time.
that's pretty.
That's why it's
standard
like
operating procedure.
It's like you recanted it, but it's like, well, what do you want us to do now? Because you just recanted.
It's like you can't unsee what you've seen, and you can't.
You can't unaccuse them.
She had the bruises, and she had the marks, and she had the video. So, I mean, there's not really like at this point we all know like whether or not he gets charged moving forward. Like, what's done is done, you know. So it was kind of a weird comment in my opinion from Miller, or not Miller, excuse me, the whatever the general manager's name is.
Something Bean or something like that. It's kind of like the Majors trial. It's like the chick skipped the country, and now all this random shit's coming out in the trial, and it's looking more favorably in his favor. But it's like, well, the damage is done either way, whether he's clears his name or is convicted. Like, we can't unring this bell. We can't uncharge him, put him in handcuffs, unsee all the video of anybody. Like, once domestic violence situations, like once it goes in motion, we have to see it through, for better or for worse.
You can't. I mean, you can't. It's hard. It's hard to like. It's very common for victims in these types of situations to feel bad for their abuser and take it back. You know, like.
Well, it depends on the state now too, because like in California now they have to prosecute. So like now it's not even up to the victim anymore.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know what it is in New York. I'm assuming it happened in New York, but
no, it happened in Dallas actually. And
okay, so then yeah, they probably don't care.
The state of Texas is a bit more friendly towards
I figured
towards the
abuser.
What's the word I'm looking for? Abuser, I guess. Towards the assailant.
The accused.
Yeah.
The partner who didn't get abused in the domestic situation.
No, I thought we were saying the opposite.
I'm saying like the person who did the abusing.
The aggressor. The aggressor. The aggressor.
It's not the one who got the ass beat.
Exactly.
There you go. The aggressor.
Yeah. So I think Vaughn may be okay. He might squeeze by the skin on his teeth for this one, but
which by the way, how are you gonna feel when Tyreek wins MVP?
Does he have veneers?
Dude, Tyreek? I mean, I still hated him as much as I did yesterday. Like, yeah, he's a fucking great athlete, but he still sucks. Like,
I mean, but you think it's? I mean,
and he went to OkState.
Like, are you gonna still remember the fact all the shit that he did? Like,
of course I do. I remember every single time his name's mentioned.
It doesn't seem like anyone else is going to.
Yeah, him and his wife, ironically.
The whole thing when everyone was praising him for paying that nice photographer's salary. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I heard about that. I can't speak on it.
I was like, wait, didn't he break his kid's arm? Like that's the first thing I thought.
Didn't his wife do it too? So it's like, wait, both of you guys are being celebrated?
What?
Like both of them were, like, they pointed fingers like, no, you broke his arm. No, you broke his arm.
Yeah, no.
It was nasty. Like, the whole situation was nasty.
Tyreek beat the shit out of her when she was pregnant. He sucks.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, it's like,
in general.
It's like, okay, like you could say, oh, he could be like, oh, well, you broke my kid's arm. Yeah, but you beat my ass when I was pregnant. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is wrong with the both of y'all?
Since when did she break his arm?
No, like, the accusations were that she broke the kid's arm while they were fighting. Yeah, I know, but I'm saying the fact that, like, that all happened is gross, and now, like, all of us just know what happened, and he's an MVP candidate.
See, that's the lovely thing about.
But nobody's talking about that.
Nobody mentions it anymore.
Fans, the women of the world, of the sports world, we don't forget those things.
I mean, dudes don't either. Nick Hamilton said he would fight that man on the show.
That's why I hate Joe Mixon till the day I die. He's starting on my fantasy lineup, but
I mean, people kind of forgot about Ben Roethlisberger and AP, and
they purposely chose to let Ben Roethlisberger have a pass.
Find another female like sports fan, an NFL fan.
Ask her,
like, we're all across the board. Women, don't forget that shit. Like, we're haters across the board.
But people can't let Michael Vick walk down the street. So,
to some people, pets are worth more than people.
like huge into like I love dogs and cats. So I'm kind of, not his biggest fan either, because like I didn't really fuck with that. So
I just think it's weird they made him the face and made it a federal crime, but it's still a misdemeanor in most states.
Yeah, but I mean,
and like dog fighting is a Southern tradition that started way before he was born.
I mean, there's a lot of horrifying Southern traditions that shouldn't be celebrated.
Yeah, but honest. Like to put all the energy and hatred on Michael Vick till this day.
You know
and
what
like there are people
do?
Yeah.
They breed and raise cats and then dye them colors and then throw them in rings for the dogs to eat alive.
Skin them alive, yeah. All types of horrible shit. Cut off their tails, their genitals.
Michael Vick's a piece of shit for what he did.
Yes, but so is everybody else who still dog fights, and PETA's not going after them. They're only going after Michael Vick till this day.
Famous.
No, it's kind of like, hey, let's pick on the black dude because we know
who else is famous that has been caught for dog fighting.
Actually, some basketball players back in the day, they were doing it too. But like again, there was no federal march to like put charges on him. Like their families weren't like doing what Michael Vick's family was doing. It wasn't to the level like they turned something that was a case and they made it bigger. But other people still do it. Just like hockey players beat their wives all the time, but that never makes headlines for some reason. Patrick Kane was beating up cab drivers and catching domestic violence charges, and that shit just gets swept under the rug. One hockey player fucked another hockey player's mom and got cut, like this year.
That's crazy. I don't know if that's worth getting cut, but...
I mean, but if you fuck a teammate's mom, that's like hella disrespectful.
Well, yeah, but...
He was like a first-round pick, I think.
But I think besides all that, fuck all that, however you feel about that is how you feel. Like, there's nothing I can say to change that. But the fact of the matter is, like, he did do his time, and he has rehabilitated himself. He's done a shit ton with the Humane Society, with PETA, with all sorts of organizations. Like, he missed the birth of his second born child. Like, like he went through a lot of shit at that time, and he redeemed himself, and yet there's people that will never let that go. Meanwhile, on the other hand, I hate
until I die. If someone does something super shitty like that, I know that they're still probably pretty shitty.
Meanwhile, on the other hand, these
Karl
other
Malone
people
is walking free.
never face any sort of punishment or consequence for any of their actions.
Exactly.
And people just forget about it.
I think
that's more of the point that I'm trying to make.
That's the hypocrisy in being against it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, though, is I don't think that way. But is Ben Roethlisberger a bigger piece of shit than Michael Vick?
Yes.
Yeah. Like, no shit, yeah. But, like, that doesn't... Yeah,
a whole city made you think...
Ben Roethlisberger never faced any real consequences for his crimes. Does that make him a less piece of shit? No. I still think of him very poorly.
Put it like this. Antonio Brown is hated more in Pittsburgh than Ben Roethlisberger is when Antonio Brown carried Ben Roethlisberger for the latter part of his career.
And
because people couldn't grasp the fact that their little, how do you say, their sweet summer child Ben Roethlisberger could do something so terrible, and they know that was their franchise man. It's the same way. It's even more hypocritical because who was it? Who was the first people to talk shit about Ben Roethlisberger for being a rapist? Browns fans. And look where we are today. So everyone does that. And when that's your man, that's your quarterback, that's your franchise boy, that's your future, he could do anything, and it doesn't matter. So everybody can act like they're all high and mighty and morally correct. But until it's your boy doing something terrible, then you say, yeah, he's a piece of shit. That's the only time that you're allowed to talk shit about it, in my opinion.
I think Karl Malone's a piece of shit, and so is Josh Giddey, but I mean,
adding all happen? Browns fans.
Yeah, you definitely.
All y'all Ben Roethlisberger, Ben Rapisberger. Oh yeah, where y'all at now? Yeah,
they're quiet. They definitely are quiet.
Y'all all quiet right now.
They're probably Steelers fans. They're probably Kenny Pickett fans.
No, it's crazy though. But no, like I know. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, would I rather have Michael Vick at my dinner table or Ben Roethlisberger? Obviously, Michael Vick. But like, I don't know. I don't really. I'm not the type to root for somebody just because they're on my team or they're a good athlete or whatever. Like, if
you don't forgive, you might forgive, but you're definitely not forgetting it.
Yeah, what's the word? The axe forgets, but the tree remembers.
Facts.
So can we close it out with the rants? We're over time. I'll go first, Kenny.
Sure. Yep, just waiting on the other credentials applications going through for these other bowl games. No, I'm not gonna be able to because still got to save up for one, my birthday, and two, the Senior Bowl. So,
when's your birthday again? The exact date?
February 19th.
Nice.
Still got to make that pilgrimage to Louisiana one of these years. But the stomach bug is just going around. So y'all be safe out there.
That's all? That's it? All right, Nikki, you want to go?
Sure. Wait, how old are you turning? 30 what? 2?
Yes, indeed, 32.
Dang. Feeling kind of old yet?
Yeah, I feel it in my knees. And my sister's 26th birthday was Tuesday, so
yeah.
Look in the mirror and I just keep seeing more gray hairs. Shit's weird.
It's so weird because I get y'all are like that age, right? And I think of y'all differently just because of like our relationship being different. But then I think my brother's older than both of y'all, which is crazy because I think of my brother as emotional maturity of like an 18-year-old, and so it's just weird thinking that like y'all are all the same age. I guess it's pretty surreal. Any hoodles. Well, I'm pretty broken up about Tears of the Kingdom getting snubbed for the game awards. You could argue the game of the year won, whatever, I guess. I mean, Tears of the Kingdom was better, but I'm biased clearly, but there was a few that were like ridiculous. Baldur's Gate 3 shouldn't have won everything that it did. I mean, the fact that it won most anticipated game of the year to me is crazy because like Tears of the Kingdom had been anticipated for more than a year, for years, multiple. I mean, it had been talked about all over YouTube and social media, and everybody and their mom was just waiting for it to come out. And then all of a sudden, like, I hear Baldur's Gate comes out, no one's talking about it, and then it comes out, and then everyone's like, "Ooh, it's horny D&D," and you're trying to tell me that's the most whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's an amazing game, but I don't know. I'm definitely salty about it, and not to shit. Like, I know I was kind of shitting on Spider-Man 2 earlier. Also, an amazing game. 2023 was stacked as far as titles went. Definitely a good year for gamers for sure. But I don't know. I think Tears of the Kingdom was definitely given the short end of the stick for sure. But I don't know. I'm working hard recently. Yeah, it's post USC football, but I'm doing a lot of stuff for private events at the Coliseum, lots of holiday parties and stuff. We have a big soccer game coming up next Saturday that I'm working hard to make happen. After that, I mean, I'm headed over to London for a bit to see my father-in-law and his wife, which is going to be fun. I've never spent a Christmas.
London.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
I've never spent a Christmas abroad before, so that's gonna be cool. I've never like been away from like my actual house, I suppose. So I don't know like when I'm supposed to like.
Is that your motherland?
My motherland?
Yeah.
I don't have a motherland. My home is where my cats are, is what I always say. So.
I mean, but is that where your people are from?
My people? Who are my people?
Your ancestors?
And Irish people?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
I got Cherokee in Oklahoma, and I got Irish people in obviously Ireland. So, yeah. Okay. Anyway,
she's asking.
Yeah, you can tell from the pale complexion. I took a little bit more from my Irish brethren, but it's fine. But that's gonna be fun. I'm a little bit bummed in a way because the Coliseum is going dark for a couple of weeks to do like a year-end maintenance repair thing. So as an hourly worker, I'm going to be out of work for like 2 straight weeks at the end of the year. So I'm going to have to be penny pinching a little bit. But I'm going to be able to catch up on a bunch of stuff. I'm going to be able to catch up on a bunch of my shows and games that I've bought and that are kind of just like stacking up in my inventory.
Shameless.
I can finally finish Shameless. I've watched all the way up to the 11th season, by the way.
Oh, and The Bear. You have to catch up on The Bear.
I haven't even started The Bear, so there's that. I'm currently watching Shameless, and I'm also watching Jujutsu Kaisen. So Jujutsu Kaisen's much easier to watch though, because the episodes are only like 20 minutes. But I'm pretty down bad for Sukuna right now. I'm not gonna lie. But
wow.
Have you seen that show, Kenny?
Yeah, a couple episodes.
Yeah, not Joji, like not like the pink-haired boy, but like his vessel version.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's why I said wow.
Anyway, but yeah, I'm kind of mad because 11th season of Shameless, and the event that you spoiled for me happening still hasn't happened yet. And I'm like, you're like, oh, like I figured you would have gotten to that already. What do you mean? It's in the very last season, and you expected me to know? Like I told you, I was actively watching it, and then you just supposed that I would just so happen to be on the last season.
Yeah, because it happened like 4 years ago. Like we all suffered through the end of the show. Like that show died like 2 years before it actually ended. Like everybody was over it. And like everybody talked about the ending on the internet. You're literally like super late. Like later than me just now mentioning that Austin Jackson got a 3-year, $36 million contract extension today. Like that late.
The dude that's never played Red Dead Redemption 2, in which came out in 2018.
Yeah, later than that.
About a series finale that came out like a year and a half ago.
Shameless was like over a decade long. Like that show was on for about a decade. That's like you telling me you've never seen Scrubs or the ending of Scrubs.
It takes 20 to 30 hours to beat Red Dead Redemption 2. It takes 11 seasons of an hour and a half episode.
Over a year? Over a year and a half?
That's why I haven't watched Shameless. It's too much of a commitment.
And also it's a lot of trauma. It's a lot of trauma packed in there.
I feel like I'm watching fucking One Piece at this point, dude. I just want it to be over with.
I mean, Shameless is a lot of trauma.
And yeah, anyway, I'm gonna stop because I feel like I've been waffling way too long. But yeah, shout out to Tears of the Kingdom for getting snubbed, but still being the best game.
All right, man. Well, I don't have a lot this week. It's been pretty busy for me the past couple weeks. I've been pretty busy. I feel like the more time I get off, the more busy the days that I actually work are, which is kind of crazy. I used to look forward to short weeks. But as a salary employee, now it just means I work longer, regular days. But yeah, man, as Kenny alluded to earlier, shout out to the fucking worker, Dunkin' Donuts, who fucked up my Tuesday. I've been trying to drink less coffee, so I stopped to get some fucking black tea. And this woman didn't put the lid on correctly. And as soon as I grabbed it, spilt it all over my thigh and fucking scalded my thigh. Got a big-ass blister on my thigh. And, yeah, it was just overall, just the day just kind of snowballed into shit from that point. But either way, I made it through. It's going to heal up. It's just going to be pretty annoying for a couple weeks. So outside of that, man, my week's been solid. And just looking forward to what 2024 is going to bring. I'm the 1 seed in my $1,000 league, so hoping to bring that title home. First title since like 8th grade.
$1,000?
Yeah, it's $125 buy-in.
Shit.
So it's more than 1,000. Honestly, I don't even know how much it is. But yes, it's a good amount of coin. So I got a bye week. So all I gotta do is win one, and I get some money. Win two, I'm going James Harden in Vegas for CES / the Raiders game. Shit gonna be crazy. And then yeah, man. So just trying to stay the course. Hopefully, Mike Evans continues to do what he does. Hopefully, Jalen stays healthy. And yeah, man, Dallas defense and Seattle defense, they keep doing what they're doing. My kicker's been solid. Hopefully, that can carry me to a title. We'll see, though. All right, man. Well, this is Touchdowns and Tangents. You can catch us on social media. TDs_tangents on Twitter and Instagram. Touchdownsandtangents.com every single week. Favorite podcast app. Shout out to our affiliates. Shout out to everyone who fucks with us. We are out. Peace. The last word? Can't stop without you say the last word.
How do you want me to have the last word?